We're more on time than ever before. Only 2 minutes past 9. Yay!
Yes, we are more on time.
Moron. Yes. 9 o'clock moron time. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of Saturday Night InSaNiTy, the show that, according to Stone Sour 8, apparently jumped the shark last week. Yay!
Woo! Did we actually reach that achievement? Achievement unlocked?
Apparently, and it only took a year and a half. So awesome.
Wow.
That's got to be a record.
I don't even know what the fuck that's in reference to
either. Well, the original Jump the Shark reference is, of course, from a Happy Days episode where most fans feel that the show went rapidly downhill after the episode where Fonzie was in a like surfing or.
It was a water skiing contest.
Water skiing competition. Yeah, that's what it was.
And he jumps a shark.
He literally jumps a shark. So that's where the term "jump the shark" came from, or "jump the shark." Generally to mean that it doesn't get any better from here. It has had its day. It is done. Just let it die in peace.
Well, what's funny is we don't have a network, so we can basically just keep doing this as long as we fucking want.
Well, exactly. And I'd really like to know how a weekly live web chat can jump the shark.
Yeah.
It's not like we have, we're struggling for ideas in the writer's room or anything. We just turn on the camera and start talking.
Yeah.
Wait. Someone said we jump the shark?
Yeah. No, apparently.
Oh my god. I want a screen cap of this comment.
It's on last week's Saturday Night InSaNiTy.
I'm gonna frame that shit.
Hey,
it's amazing.
I always thought it would be like me having like.
I was just going to say,
everybody just stops.
Somebody
talk.
I can't connect to the IRC, and I've tried 3 different IRC things. They
awesome.
All say error connecting, trying to reconnect too fast. I've tried to connect once. I said that on the first try I tried to log in.
Huh.
Verminard, if you're here, quickly, get on it. Paint a picture of Sean jumping over a shark.
Fucking laser beam attached to their frickin' heads.
With my face as the shark.
Trying to eat me.
But doesn't constitute jumping the shark mean that this has to have some kind of cohesive storyline?
Well,
exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, yeah, I don't see how the web chat can jump the shark. I mean, it's just.
Well, in the same way that Opie and Anthony jumped the shark now that one of them's gone.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's like maybe one particular week's topics aren't particularly interesting, but blame it on the events of the week or lack thereof,
Or our mental preparedness, because we might all be tired from lack of sleep. That happens.
It's like saying the news jumped the shark. It's like, how does that happen?
The
news jumped the shark like 30 years ago.
The news just isn't as good as it used to be.
The news has been doing constant loops over sharks for the last 30 years.
Jumping the shark isn't just doesn't need necessarily a cohesive storyline. It's a change in formula or perhaps a decline in quality, of neither of which has happened to the show.
Yes, I don't see.
Yeah, S and I just shouldn't have introduced that baby character just to get another child actor in.
Yeah, especially since,
like all those 80s sitcoms.
Especially since we're all white males and it was a black baby.
But don't you be dissing Roscoe now. Come on, Roscoe is the shiznit.
And it was always the baby character that magically became 5 years old the next season with no explanation.
That's right.
Hey, it's possible we're nerds.
And don't forget the sassy baby character.
Yeah.
The kid always has to have sass.
Yeah, and the decision in the 3rd season to make that child a ninja.
Wisdom
Ninja cowboy.
Yeah.
My black son. Black son.
Also, he's a ninja.
Yeah. Well, I knew we were pushing it when we did that episode where he invented a robot to help him with his chores, and it went crazy and destroyed the house. I mean, that was just... How many times have we seen that story? Like,
Yeah.
That's how that's jumping the shark could be like me having a bit too big of a crack up over something.
See,
a bit too big. It goes on for like 45 minutes.
Now,
John, Sorry.
We're also eager to not jump the shark and keep the show relevant.
We have to be extra entertaining.
No, I have something to say.
Well, I was just going to say, that we were planning, Sean, in a couple of weeks for Halloween to do that werewolf episode, but I think.
Come on, man. Halloween, werewolves, we have
We're supposed
to.
to do our. When are we supposed to do our musical episode? I mean, that's the new thing, right? And then they made a show that was a musical episode in every episode. And then one of their stars, committed suicide with drugs? Oh, God. This is all too soon because this happened last year? Shit.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay.
Glee.
Oh, Glee. Good old Glee.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to see the IRC chat.
I completely forgot that Glee existed, actually. That's how much I'm into Glee. Rabbi Jeff says, for SNI to truly jump the shark, Stout would have to be revealed as an alien, Brandon would need to marry Cass, and Eric would have to adopt a robot dog.
And then Brandon and I have a black baby.
Yeah. I'm like, you were messing with science equipment, weren't you?
4 years a season.
Sassy black baby, yes.
Sassy black baby.
Sassy black.
And then we would randomly have to introduce John Stamos to the crowd.
Oh, God.
That's actually.
The audience just
Yes.
groans.
And the
That was
random
what-
episodes with special guest star Coach.
He's like,
But not the coach you think of, it's Coach from WWE, the less famous coach.
No, I was just gonna say him reprising his role as Coach was just like some old, crusty
Craig T. Nelson.
Great team.
Oh, God.
And 80-year-old Craig T. Nelson.
Isn't he dead?
Great T. Nelson?
so.
No.
No, I think he's still around.
I don't fucking know.
Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Hi, Stallman. Hey, Junix. Hi, The Maker. Hi, Cyrus. Hey, Sean. Hey, Niner for Life. Hi, Manic. Hi, Junix. Hi, Roth. Greetings, Junix.
Damn it.
Oh my God,
Hi,
everyone's so
me.
friendly. What is this, the Waltons?
Hi, John Boy.
Good night, Jim Bob. Man.
Night, John.
These
Boy.
God damn it, can't that guy
Go,
masturbate in his
You
house?
really?
Sorry, go ahead, Brandon.
Oh my God.
John Boy?
I have totally. Yes, the show totally jumped the shark when Skin Slip stopped being a cold-hearted bastard and actually grew a heart 10 sizes too large.
That's right.
I've been trying to say that joke for 5 minutes now.
Oh, there we go.
5 fucking minutes.
You
Now,
did
Cass,
it!
you
Yay!
go. Cass, I know you've been trying to say something for as long as me. So go.
I was gonna say, we need to have the SNI debates where it's like the presidential debate. Everyone has a green light, then it goes yellow, and then it goes red, and then the next person has to come in and say what they want to say.
Oh, God.
That's strange. There's a question for Brandon, actually.
Yuratsuki Doji's back. Yay! Legend of the Overfriend.
The overframe.
Yes.
That strange guy asked, Brandon, why is BoJack Horseman so popular?
Because it's a scathing indictment of a pop culture society and Hollywood mainstream culture.
Well, there you go.
What he said.
Also, it's hilarious as fuck. Alright?
Also, it's a talking horse.
Yeah, see?
Talking
Junix asks a very big question. Have you seen the new Godzilla video game trailer, which really sells you the idea that you are playing Godzilla? No, I haven't. I've only seen the teaser from a few months back.
I actually had no idea that there was even a video game.
Garbage. You still haven't watched that. I don't know what's up with Kiwi this week, folks, but there's no problem on our end. It's Kiwi having a problem. Try reloading the page with Control F5 to clear your cookies, so that when it goes to ask for a server, it will ask for a different one, hopefully.
Or try using a kumquat.
No, cats.
Just dump in crickets.
And then a deep sigh. I wish I'm almost to the point where I can do the soundboard thing, and then trust me, the next time that happens, I will have a cricket sound.
It's funny. Yes, we need a cricket sound and the Darth Vader no. But It's funny you mentioned soundboards because this week, just totally randomly, I was watching some old Ventrilo harassment videos
nice.
from the video compiler. I forgot just how hilarious those were.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh my God! Okay, we're gonna watch some of those at some
Okay.
point because you will.
Yeah.
they're very
Make
funny.
sure I smoke weed first, so I laugh extra hard.
Okay, it's basically well, maybe we'll watch a couple tonight as sort of our YouTube of the evening.
Because
Okay.
I had to smoke earlier. I was gonna fucking stab somebody.
I'll grab like maybe 4 or 5 of them. They're short.
Yeah, they're
3
all a
minutes.
couple minutes.
Yeah.
So Justin's Jumping the Shark has been added to the list.
Jumping the shark.
Yes.
Trying to think of.
Or I guess it was Sean. Whoever summoned Verminart, he can't get in the chat. So he said he's Jumping the Shark's on the list.
Oh, okay.
He's also coming up with a new rating system for me. On which, because I
A
watched so
rating
many
system.
bad movies, a good movie will have 0 of this thing, and a bad movie will have 5 flaming bags of shit. This movie is 4.5 bags of flaming shit.
Nice. I can just picture like the bags with the flame coming up.
Yeah, I would totally want to do the
Yes,
bottom of
'cause
my
it's-
screen, just you know.
I give this movie 5 bags of flaming shit.
5 flaming bags of shit.
There
That's
you
how
go.
bad this was. I wanted to cut my eyes out, but I couldn't reach my knife.
So the higher the bag of shit rating, the worse the film. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay,
Exact
it's like a
opposite of what you
reverse.
think.
It's a
Exactly.
reverse star rating. Awesome.
Nobody does it, so I'm gonna do it. Flaming
So-
bags of shit.
So let's do the show and tell for the week. I don't actually have anything. I didn't get anything.
I've got something and I have a
got
funny
it.
story with it.
I got food.
Yeah,
Seems
that's
front of the line.
my big. Yeah.
I got only 2 things this week, though.
Brandon got 2 very awesome things this week.
I got the Halloween limited edition box set.
Yes, I need to get that.
If anyone wants a quick overview, it's keep your Divimax DVDs of 4 and 5. Everything else can toss because it's all here.
Cool.
Oh, and H2O if you care about the Creed music video, but frankly, why?
It
And then
even includes the Criterion commentary, which some people think it doesn't, but it
it
does.
does.
Yeah.
It actually does. And I got the Ghostbusters limited edition, which I am of the non-dexterous sort right now, so I'm not going to be able to take them out and show you guys. There'll be a video coming.
Yes, but it's the big set with the Slimer
Yes, it
bust
is.
in it.
Oh, and I forgot about this. I got the heavy metal coloring book. Yeah!
Oh, sweet! Awesome.
Color Metallica from 1983 and Color Metallica from 1988.
That's
Things like that.
interesting. So yeah, so you got the Halloween set through Amazon, correct?
Yes, I did.
And then you got the Ghostbusters set from TCM.
Yep.
For
Oh, funny
how
story
much?
about
For how much?
Okay, so the
Okay.
Ghostbusters set goes for $140 or $30.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
You can get it on Amazon for $90. You can get it on eBay for like $77 if you are patient with your bidding. I got it from Turner Classic Movies shipped to my door for $29.97.
Mm-hmm.
So it was on sale for $26 and for $25.99 on their site. And on top of that, because they had a problem with the prices, they gave me 25% off coupon on my next purchase.
Nice.
Even though I got the deal. Because apparently a bunch of people got their orders canceled for that, and apparently they actually put the Halloween set up for $30. This Halloween
Actually,
set.
the Halloween set went for 20.
Oh,
It was on for 20.
even better.
Yeah.
And most people
I know
got their stuff
because
canceled.
Wes Vance from Dead Pit was posting about it, and he said, "Gee, thanks guys, everybody about the sale. Now we may not get our orders, but a bunch of people did actually. Well, you got your Ghostbusters set. A lot of people got the Halloween set. Apparently, it wasn't an actual sale. It was a problem with the website. Like somebody, I don't know, it was some disgruntled employee just dropped all the prices before he left, and nobody noticed for several days or what. But
Yeah.
But yeah, they weren't actually supposed to be on sale for that low price.
Nope.
But they honored a whole bunch of them.
Oh, I did want to mention you need to keep your Universal release of Halloween 2 because it has Terror in the Isles.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That is not on the set.
They-
Just
They should know that. We shouldn't even need to tell them that.
But some people might have a question, so
actually,
the producer's cut.
While we're on the
cuts
subject,
won't-
let me just grab my
So the producer's cut,
Blu-rays here.
which is exclusive to the set, the TV cut on Blu-ray, which is exclusive to the set of 1 and 2.
Things a little bit.
Those 3
Okay,
things will
so-
not be available singularly. Oh, actually 2 is available because it's on the 2 set, but
So-
1 and 6 will not be available separately.
So the breakdown that I read said that there was something
It's probably just going to
on the Anchor Bay release that was not on the
Okay.
set. Sorry, the Anchor Bay release of Halloween 4. Specifically a Halloween 4 and
The
5.
commentary.
No.
There's a commentary in 4 that's missing.
Okay, this one has 2 commentaries. And then
Yeah.
there's also a discussion panel. I heard that the discussion panel was not included.
I think it is. I think it's just not listed, and if it isn't, it doesn't matter because I just told you to keep your Divimax DVD of it anyway.
Okay.
Divimax of 4 and 5 you keep because 5 has
Okay.
the extra commentary, 4 has the panel that you're missing,
Yes.
and of course Universal release of 2, and
So
the
basically, this is
the
the
Dimension release of H2O if you really want.
So basically, this has all the content from the Divimax release.
As far as I know, they don't actually. Because
'Cause
those
for-
discs are these discs. They just put them in the set. That's all it is.
Because both of them have 2 commentaries.
Yes, I know, but there's apparently a different... I think either one of them has it erroneously listed in the back, or there's another commentary that's missing from this release I have here.
Commentary? Like a third one you're talking about?
I'm talking about, yeah, or I'm talking about that's not on this set here specifically. But these should be those discs. I don't have the, I don't have the DVDs with me.
These are the Anchor Bay releases, though.
I know, but I'm talking about the DVDs, and I don't, like I said, I don't have my discs, so I can't tell you.
Okay.
There's also this bonus disc here,
Well, I'm hanging on to these anyway. So
which
there you
will
go.
not be released anywhere else either.
Which one? The bonus disc?
bonus
Oh, yeah,
disc?
because that's...
Yeah.
Well, there's a few things, because, I mean, that's the 15-disc set. There is also the 10-disc set, which basically just has the regular theatrical versions of the movies and a smattering of extras. So you get 5 extra discs of stuff in limited edition. One comment I saw was, accompanied by a picture of the 10-disc set, was, why does this version even exist? Like, what? Why didn't they just do the 15-disc version, you know?
Because $108 is a lot for people.
But what's the difference in price? Like $20?
I think it's like I think it's like 30 or more actually.
Really?
It's only it's $30. It's the difference.
$30 difference?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, come on. If you can afford 70, you can afford 100. Like, come
The only
on.
reason I was able to actually afford
Bullshit.
this was because I had Berkeley money. That was it.
Yeah.
I would not have had this if it wasn't for that.
Yeah. I will find a way to get that set because I definitely want to have it.
The Ghostbusters sadly came out of my trip from Sacramento. Or my trip to Sacramento. I'm like, I guess I'll go with $30 less in spending money. Oh well. I should be doing my show, this show from Sacramento for the 2 episodes. I'll be there.
Cool. When do you get your gigabit Ethernet?
Tuesday.
And-
They're coming out to hook it up.
So this Tuesday.
Yeah.
So this is the last week we're going to see you on the shitty internet.
I still have a standard definition camera. That's the only problem.
Ah, really? God damn, I thought you
Yeah,
had a
they don't-
C920.
In storage in Texas still.
Ugh.
I don't have my mic either. It's also in storage in Texas.
Alright.
At this point, I'm just going to buy another pair, another C920 and another Blue Yeti, and then I'm just going to give to somebody for Christmas the camera and the webcam, like Tank or Eric or something, you know. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Maybe I'll run a contest. Who knows? Maybe
I
Ross will
see.
be part of the Geeky TV experience, and he'll need some equipment. Who knows?
Well, there you go.
He was talking about doing a show at some point. So.
JL says, at least it's not $500 like the Power Rangers set. Well, yes, this is true.
Well,
but it's,
also Power Rangers is a lot more discs.
well, I was going to say, to be fair, the Power Rangers set is a lot more massive, too. It has
It's like 15
a
seasons. And,
stupid amount of discs.
yeah, and a fucking bust.
Yes,
You know?
that's right. Well, that's it for Saturday Night at Sandy, everybody. Good night.
I got some.
Oh, Cass got
Ooh,
something. All right.
Cass says something. Yay. I don't know why I said that, Cass.
Oh, you bastard.
The bank had a fundraiser for breast cancer where you could pay $10 and they would go and get Krispy Kremes for you, basically.
Awesome. She's like, breasts, Krispy Kremes. I like both of those things. Here's my money.
Yeah. So I should explain the reason why it's a big deal to Sean and I, is because we don't really have them here. There's one in Vancouver, which is really the only one I know of in Vancouver. Or in Canada.
They sneeze on the donuts to put the glaze on instead of...
So yeah, so it was a funny story about Krispy Kreme. We used to, anytime anyone in the family went down, like to the States, because we had family down there, or actually eventually over to Vancouver, we'd always bring back like a trunk load of Krispy Kreme, dozens of donuts, and just keep them in the freezer.
That's right, because you can freeze them.
Yeah, so we go and get like 8 dozen at a time or something like that, and then freeze a bunch of nuts. So this was after Sean knows what the story is going to be, I think. So this was after
I knew.
one of those particular trips, and somebody had brought up some Krispy Kremes and they were thawing because they've been in the freezer.
Yeah.
Well, I knew they had been out for a while, and I guess Sean thought they'd only just come up or something like that. Because I went to go and eat one, and he's like, "Well, Cass, you have to wait. They're frozen. You know, they're thawing right now." And I just didn't say anything. Just went in, took a donut, and was like, "Cass, they're completely frozen. Can't you wait? Just wait for them to thaw. They're frozen."
They're frozen solid.
He's like, "They're frozen solid. Just wait." Donut. Eat it calmly, bit right into it, no problem.
It's nice and soft.
And Sean's just still staring at me in this fit of rage. Completely frozen.
I remember
He
this story.
was just so determined that he thought I was just like, I couldn't wait and I had to eat a frozen donut.
That's right. It's like, what's the matter with you? Get some self-control, man.
No, he's a fat guy.
Well,
He's like, there's
there are
fucking donuts right in front of me. I have to have one. You can't get home from the store without having a fucking donut if you've got them in your possession.
Yeah,
and they happen to not have gotten put in the trunk. That's why someone always thinks in the trunk like an asshole.
That's
But
right.
even then, you're tempted to pull down the seat to climb the trunk to get the donut. Just saying it.
Buy a dozen donuts, and by the time you get home, there's 4.
Yeah, I've already eaten about half of them.
Yep.
I'm trying to save the other half at least for tomorrow. Yeah, because I did that once when I was driving up to Toronto. I bought Krispy Kremes in Michigan, and
Rose put that over the computer monitor for me.
Halloween.
I approve.
Halloween.
I approve, says the flaming bag of poop.
So speaking of flaming bag of poop, well, first off, anybody else have any other show and tell for this week?
I have one thing.
Oh, Stout has something. Okay.
The Machinist.
Oh, The Machinist. Nice. I need to get that again. That's a
Sadly,
great
it
movie.
didn't come with anything. There are some special features on it though.
Yeah. Probably the same as the DVD.
Pretty much.
And you
No,
can't-
we ask. If you're not going to put anything new, at least put the same stuff that was on the DVD. That's it.
Yeah,
It's not hard.
it's pretty much what's there.
In standard def, if you must. I mean, I'd rather have it in standard def than not at all.
Yeah, I don't
Some
care.
of
As
them
long
are
as it's
HD
there.
actually.
Cool.
Manifesto of the Machinist and the Machinist hiding in plain sight.
Did you say Manifesto of the Penis?
That's what I heard.
Those penises and their manifestos.
Yes. Hello, Cass's forehead. Okay. So
Well, you can't
something.
see it, but another thing I got this week is I finally got a laptop cooling pad.
Yay!
Yay! So no more.
Well, I don't know.
Not. So when you...
I'm still running at like 83 degrees right now. So,
so when are you going to get the desktop fired up?
as soon as I can clear space on my table for it and find a monitor and a webcam and, you know...
Keyboard and mouse.
Keyboard and a mouse and an
No,
operating
that I do
system.
have. I have a keyboard and mouse, actually. I got that on special.
So basically you just need a monitor.
Yeah, it's a matter of figuring out how much I want to spend on it or if I can find one used or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
Try to get a decent sized one.
Yeah.
If you come visit me, I've got a monitor for you. I can't mail it on the money, but if you happen to be in the area, not that far, like you have in the past, not really, you're welcome to get it. Just saying.
Or I could send you the money to mail it.
Well, that would
That's
work.
also an option. Gee,
That's
why
right,
didn't
I was just going to say to myself,
right there.
that's kind of what I did.
Down there and driving back.
contact me after the show, and we'll work out the details.
Yeah, I'll
Awesome.
figure
Get
that
you
out.
a monitor.
Perfect.
It's not going to be anything fancy, but it'll be flat screen.
Kind of monitor?
I assume.
It
how
is a
big is it?
Sony.
How big is it?
Or I'll give you the Dell. I haven't quite. It's a 21 inch, not that big.
20
Oh,
inch.
one
Standard
thing-
monitor.
The only one thing I have to
20
figure out before I'd want to jump on that is because I'd have to have you ship it, obviously, to the States, so it's going to be easier. I have no problem going down to pick it up. It's the only thing is getting back from the mainland to the island. I may be bringing some cars over from the mainland for my landlord, in which case that's not a problem, because I obviously wouldn't want to be like carrying it in my backpack or something like that on the ferry.
Right.
So,
You probably wouldn't be able to fit it in your backpack.
well, yeah, that,
it's
and then
gonna
I'm
be
going to have to go in a
stands,
box,
so-
and I'm going to have to check it through on the ferry, and they're going
I remember
to
when-
take it onto the boat, so...
I remember when Cass sent me a message asking me if it was, what did you say? If it was, how safe would the stuff be if you put it in a suitcase?
I think so, yeah.
I'm like,
Well, if you wrap it really well.
I'm like, Cass, one of those things is a hard drive.
Like that
So-
time that you mailed your dishes to yourself.
We don't need to bring that up.
I gotta know. Now I gotta know.
You never heard that
It's
story?
already been brought up, Cass. Too late.
We did a video about it, actually. It's an episode of Visits with Cass called Don't
Okay.
Mail Your Dishes.
And I would say watch the video for the explanation, but I didn't even get to explain it there because Sean just hijacked the story as he always
Perfect.
does.
Now we have to watch it. Let me find the link.
Right back.
We'll never hear the actual story.
Could be like 70 years old. Not even like that time.
Don't mail your dishes. All right. I'll post the link for everybody. I'll put it in the description for those of you watching the video after the fact. Holy crap. From 2008.
Yeah.
So 6 years we've been waiting to hear the actual story.
Okay.
I think I start the story in the video, but anyway, we'll see. It's been a while since I've watched it.
Yeah, I haven't seen this in ages either. Okay, so I'll put it in the chat for you fine gentlemen. And here it is for those of you in the chat. Don't worry, it's short. It's not one of my usual 20-minute videos. It's only like 3.5 minutes.
Really?
It's like, we're gonna keep this concise about all our information. Let's watch a 20-minute video, shall we?
Sorry, it's actually 3 minutes and 2 seconds. In glorious 480p.
See, when I see 3 minutes and like a hanger of less than 10 seconds, I am so I'll remove frames just to get it under that time. And then I'm like, fuck it, I gotta cut 8 seconds.
And then YouTube encodes it at 3 minutes and 1 second, anyways.
Right?
Damn it!
She pisses me off.
Alright, let me know when you guys are ready.
Almost ready.
Almost.
Alright. I believe this was... Yeah, this was part of Series 2 of Visits with Cass.
Alright,
Yes.
I'm ready to
2
go.
of 2.
2 of 2. Yeah, we never did a Series 3. We always meant to, but never did. All
Well,
right.
we're like Monty Python. We're just on hiatus, but we're still technically in production.
Hiatus for 6 years. We'll do another one eventually. But
Whatever.
basically,
Or
what
not
we
Monty
do,
Python, sorry, Red Dwarf, I meant. Anyways.
yeah, I mean, what we would do is Cass would come over for like an afternoon or something, and we just film the visit, and then I'd chop up all our conversation topics into episodes and get like a season's worth of episodes out of that one like hour-long visit. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Visits with Cass. Starring.
Oh, gee, I wonder who's in it.
Tom McLean, Cass McLean, and Annetta. Don't mail your dishes.
Yeah, there's that chair.
Like straight with the questions.
Hijacking. Oh man. There's some story.
I lost all will to
They
tell
broke.
the story.
Oh god.
I'm carrying something in a bag, sorry. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We'll fade this out.
We just never got to the story.
So fucking great. It's so like you two. It's so like you two, alright?
I just love how you just out of nowhere he starts to tell the story and you just go, I'll just mail them all to myself.
Yes.
Hijack, motherfucker.
It's like, so what happened? They broke.
That was just me just being like, fuck it, I'm not telling the story.
Oh my
Like,
god.
the will is lost. But yes, as I started to say on the video, this was back when I was living in Edmonton, and I would come back to Victoria every summer, and usually I would drive because I had a lot of stuff I'd bring with me between households. But that summer in 2008, as I'm sure a lot of us will remember, was the summer when gas prices hit all record highs, and they were already up then, like in the spring, well compared to the previous year. So driving was just far too expensive. What it was. So what I had decided to do, because it looked good on paper to do it this way, was I flew to Victoria just with a couple of suitcases, like with my clothes and stuff, and all the other like kitchen stuff and that I just put in boxes and shipped. As people ship stuff, Greyhound or like that. So I went through Pure later. And now I had actually gone to, I think it was U-Haul, and I bought one of those dish packing kits.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it has like styrofoam things you put each plate in, and it has its own little compartment in the box, and it's secured, and then you fill it with like...
It's very effective for a disposable item, let me tell you.
Yeah, and then you fill it with like packing peanuts or whatever, so it's supposed to not move around and like that. But when the Purelator guy goes, huck, you know, then it doesn't really do much good. It's more meant to be like if you've loaded it carefully in a moving truck, it might jostle a bit, but that'll be fine. But when it gets tossed around or like, you know, like picture probably went tumbling down a conveyor belt or something. so
God.
Yeah, so basically I had everything shipped to work. So all the non-breakable stuff was fine. And then I got to the box with the dishes, and I think there was one dish that was still... It was like scratched. It was like scratched to hell, but still in one piece.
I would have kept that dish as a memento.
Until you put food on it.
Or microwave it in a cracked microwave.
I just pictured Cass taking the one dish, going, well, at least this one didn't break. And he goes to wash it, and as soon as he puts water on it, like, the whole thing just shatters except for the shape of the hand of the handle.
In his hand.
Well, that was just it. I was like, well, if this isn't broken by now, it's probably been structurally weakened over the trip. So,
yes.
I remember I went to Charlotte's work. She was working at Subway at the time, and she opened up her dumpster for me and just dumped all the dishes into the dumpster.
Wow. So there you go. 6 years later, we finally got the actual story.
The actual incredibly unfunny story of just how, you know...
A really sad, face-palmy story.
But it was a good lesson, though. The thing that looks the cheapest way to do it isn't necessarily always the best way.
You get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cyber 6 has a new name for Cass.
Oh, no.
New name for Cass.
I'm not in the chat, so...
Yee McLean.
Yeah, that was a case of me having the... That was a case of me having the thing in my head, what I was doing, but not explaining it first. Because I was like, having something in a bag, like, yee, I'm carrying something in a bag. But to everybody else in the world, I just randomly went, blah, 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 yee.
Yeah. It made sense in my own mind.
That's when you learn the most important rule of all about moving is if you're not driving your shit, ditch the dishes in the TV and buy a new one when you get there.
Yeah.
It's just not worth shipping.
Yeah. No, I mean, until, like, Charlotte and I are married and we get, like, proper china or something like that, I'm generally just doing that.
China! And we all know if you're a poor bachelor like moi, you go to the thrift store and buy whatever shit is on sale for that week because the color tag matches. Well, they do that like every week. Like the red tags are half off this week. I'm like, fuck! I just found 4 random fucking plates. This one's square. But guess what? 4 fucking plates for $1. You know?
Hey, red tag sale. I need spoons.
You just grab a handful of like silverware and a little silverware thing. Don't care if they match. Don't care if they're like bent or and I don't care. Find them all.
Manic said, I missed. Where was it here? I missed the days of live stream where we would actually play the video in the chat, and I just realized after the fact, I was like, wait a minute, I own everything in that video. I could have done that.
Through the YouTube player, yeah.
Sorry. Actually, I don't think the YouTube player will play over the stream. Like, it'll play for us here in the chat.
Oh, really?
But it doesn't actually stream it, so... Yeah.
My bad.
Unless they've made it work more gooder by now,
No
I don't
idea.
know.
I can check real quick. Not doing anything. Let's see here.
I could just totally see them being content flag. There's a song in there. It's like, I made the song.
Yes, it's on my album of my music.
Haven't they done that to you before, though?
Yes, they have. I had one. I got into an argument with one of the flagging people about my fucking theme song.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you have to prove that this is yours. And it's like, my show is called The Multimedia Chronicles. The title of the song is The Multimedia Chronicles Theme.
Here's it on iTunes.
By Zara Nizarak. That's me. It eventually got to ridiculous levels where she was saying how, like, oh, well, I said, no, I made it in a tracker program. Like, I sequenced all the notes myself and assembled it all myself. And it's like, oh, well, you have to prove that you had the rights to use the sound samples. And I'm like, The instrument sound samples are single notes. One note of an instrument. You can't copyright that.
Nope.
Like, that's fucking ridiculous. And I also explained to her, I said, and it's like, well, you have to, well, I said they were all from public domain sound libraries. And then she came back again and said, well, you have to provide documentation proving that they were in the public domain. It's like, okay, let me explain something about the fucking tracker community to you. Trackers would trade sounds all the time. These were up on a free website, available for free to any tracker musician who wanted to use them. There was no documentation, and the website that I originally got them from, if I could even remember where it was, because it was so fucking long ago, probably doesn't even exist anymore. So I explained to her the whole community aspect of it, and finally she relented and let me use my theme song. But oh my god, like, that just got to completely retarded levels.
To be fair, you can copyright or you can protect a collection of samples, but a single note doesn't, whatever. And you can't prove I didn't just record it myself.
Well, yeah, exactly. And a lot of them I did record myself. Like a lot of the ones I use now, I recorded from my keyboards. So I mean, it's no different than me using the keyboard. I've just put those sounds into the computer so I can manipulate them more easily. You know.
Exactly.
But it's still the same sounds from the same source. So yeah, this was around the time that YouTube was in the middle of had just come out of that big Viacom lawsuit. So they were really cracking down on everything, and I think told their employees to be extra paranoid about copyright flags and disputes and stuff, and just question everything. But this one person that I lucked out and got clearly was taking it way too far. But I mean, I persisted and eventually won the dispute. There's been very few disputes that I haven't won.
My problem is if I put a video out there with my own shit on it and say Viacom flags it, while I'm going through the dispute process, which is at least 2 weeks, Viacom gets the money for that video.
Oh,
and then after I clear it, I don't get that money. Viacom gets that money. And they don't get it taken away from them and given back to me, the rightful owner. Viacom just illegally made money off my property. And I cannot wait until someone sues Viacom.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen because there's a lot of controversy about that aspect of the copyright flag system right now. And the fact that they've become more aggressive with the flags over the past year means it's a ticking time bomb. It's only a matter of time before someone does sue them. And that does become an issue, and suddenly all the content creators are going to be eligible to receive their money back.
Yep,
you know.
And it won't be coming from YouTube's pocket.
No, it'll be through some law firm.
No, it'll be coming from
the
company, the rights holders.
Yeah.
The people who illegally earned money on our stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And
no, that's
bullshit. You're just going to take the money away from the person with the time and money to just sue you.
Yeah,
like,
that's a big problem, and I'm actually surprised that that it's been in place as long as it has. You know, so I mean, a copyright, anybody can basically just flag a video, say I own that, and then the content owner can dispute it, and then and then the person who flagged it originally has up to 30 days to respond to the dispute. They can either just ignore it, and if they ignore it, the claim will automatically be released, but they will have made the money off of that for the past 30 days. Yep. Or they can reject the dispute and say, no, that's mine.
That's what Time Warner does. Is they claim stuff they know they kind of have saying that it's being used in fair use, and when the person disputes it, and they just let it run out, and they take their 30 days of money.
Yeah.
And they let you take it.
Now, see, I mean, if it's something that is legitimately owned by someone else, and they're just, being dicks about, fair use, then that's one thing. I can see that kind of being let slide. But it's the blatant false flags. Like right now, I have a flag on part 2 of my Master Reboot playthrough from some jack-off independent musician. saying that it uses one of his songs. So I went to his CD Baby page and I listened to the song in question. That song is nowhere in Master Reboot. The only similarity is the opening 10 seconds of that song sounds kind of similar to the style of music that's in Master Reboot, like the ambient style.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can think of is the flagging system may have wrongly recognized it as being that. But the thing that pisses me off, I mean, I don't have any of those monetized anyway, but it's just annoying to have that flag on there because in this case, it's blocked my video in certain countries because of that music.
Legally speaking, you can monetize it because you're providing commentary to the game.
Well, yeah, I know. And maybe I will at some point, but I'm going to wait. And for now, I'm just going to post them, and I'm going to see how the, how the flagging goes.
Yeah.
And if it's...
And how Twitch handles it.
Yeah, and if it's not too bad, then I'll just leave it go. I mean, ideally, what I'm doing right now is I'm not bothering to save them on Twitch. I'm just doing them live on Twitch and then letting them expire. And then I'm archiving them on YouTube. And then, of course, I have, my own local copy as well.
So you broadcast to both at the same time?
Yes. Yeah, I broadcast to both simultaneously, and then a third, which is my local recording.
Right.
So.
As it should be. Yeah.
Yeah, and all three have their own individual settings and everything. So, YouTube, the bitrate's a little bit lower than Twitch. Because Twitch just seems to handle it a little bit better. So I crank it up a bit more for Twitch. The local copy has the best bitrate, of course. It's not the highest, but
AC brings a good point. 30 days is very specific too, because that content is timely, and those 30 days are often when the video gets seen the most.
Yes.
And so they're reaping the most benefit from it.
Well, exactly. I mean, and even less time than that. I mean, typically it's the first 48 hours that a video is up. So it was particularly annoying when originally monetizing videos and when their approval process was really long. Sometimes it would take up to 72 hours just to get a video approved for monetization, which means, and they didn't have the scheduling system at the time. Like nowadays you can schedule stuff well in advance, so you can be ahead of that process just in case. But so now it's basically gotten to the point where if you've been in good standing for a certain amount of time, it just auto approves you. So you don't have to worry about that waiting period. But it was particularly annoying when it originally started, like back in 2009, thereabouts.
I remember, because I was having problems. That's when I started doing videos.
Yeah, because I'd post something and I'd set it for monetization, and it would sit there in pending for days, sometimes a week or more. And then by that point, it's got all the views it's ever going to get, other than a few strays here and there over the next few years. But that crucial first 48 hours is gone now because they're dragging their ass on approving it. And it pissed me off. But anyway, that's thankfully old news. But the flagging system is still horribly, horribly broken, and definitely does not favor the little guy.
Well, and the funny thing, I like what Stout pointed out, is how, and I mean, it kind of goes along with what I've always said with copyright and why the copyright law needs badly to be rewritten from the ground up.
Yep.
Is they need to look at intent, not just at the technicality. Well, technically you've used this and blah blah blah. It needs to look at intent. The reason behind copyright, the reason it was formed in the first place, was to protect artists from losing out on revenue.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Yeah, that's the intent.
So, I mean, when I'm driving in the car, driving through downtown, Minneapolis with Charlotte, and she happens to be playing her iPod through the car speakers with a song she's legally downloaded, and they go and flag that. I mean, our intent was not to divert money away from, Black Eyed Peas or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Our intent was to showcase this is our drive in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, like, as Stout pointed out, like when he wrote that Geeky article, was you have pages upon pages of full movies on YouTube.
Yeah.
That are being unflagged and like that, and then I have a song plays for 8 seconds and my video gets flagged.
Yeah. I know. Like clearly the system is broken.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that our drive home from Calgary hasn't gotten flagged. In fact, I'm going to check that right now. I'm curious. Maybe it has, and I just didn't notice.
You know, the real bullshit in this, I mean, I've talked about it before, but I'll mention it again, my Martin Luther King Jr. video.
Yes.
The real bullshit in that is that the owner of that speech, the owner of the rights to that speech, is the King family themselves. They own the rights to that speech.
Yes.
Nobody else owns the rights. Nobody else can claim the rights to it. Only the King family has the rights to that speech.
Yes.
They made a claim against that video, and when I explained that it was for educational purposes, they released that claim.
So they were the only legitimate claim, like, ever.
They were the only legitimate claim, and they released the claim.
Yeah.
I explain that now every time I get a claim, and yet I just had to dispute like 5 different claims.
I was in the.
And
I was
one
in
of
the
those-
unit.
One of those disputes has been rejected.
What?
And it's a dispute about a fucking asshole who may or may not have actually paid to use that a part of the speech in their fucking song that they wrote.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Is that's a famous speech that has been sampled a lot.
Yeah.
So you're getting flagged by all the people who have used it as a sample.
Like, great, you used it as a sample. Guess what? That doesn't give you the right to refuse me the right to use it.
So that doesn't mean you own every single use of that ever.
I know, right?
You own the use of it in your song and your song only.
And I guarantee you that asshole hasn't even looked at it. He's just thinking, no, it's mine.
No.
No, it's not. I don't even know if it's. I'm pretty sure it's not just the artists themselves.
It's their representation.
Yeah.
Whoever runs that probably didn't even watch your video. They're probably just using.
AdRev, that's their name, of
Just
course.
Oh my God.
YouTube,
Really?
taking
Sounds
Martin
like a
Luther
full-
King's speech.
Yeah, that sounds like a legit company.
I'm
And
pretty sure that's what they're doing.
that sounds familiar. I think they are known for false flags.
They're just flagging everything that has the Martin Luther King speech in it.
No, they're just flagging everything.
The
Claiming
only
they own
flag I ever
everything.
got was when I first did my intro video with Picture House Chris's animation. That song I used in it is from a local band called Ogre Mage, and I got flagged by some other band in fucking Sweden from Warner BMI or whatever, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? This is not your song. This is a song from a band. Here is a scan of the written letter giving me permission to use it for the intro of my video. Because I fucking backed my shit up after that. Like, he said I could use it. I was like, I need that in writing. So, and it was 3 weeks before they finally released the claim on that. And that's the only time I've ever been flagged. One time. Once.
Huh.
But it's bullshit. I lost, revenue for 3 weeks. All 47 cents of it.
Oh wow! So
Unlike the other guys here, I don't actually make any money on YouTube.
on the YouTube help forums, Stout, there's actually quite a few threads about AdRev flagging videos. One of which says companies filing claims on the public domain. And there's a few.
This one
such
isn't
as
public domain, but it's like
Orchard,
I've been
AdRev,
given the
Dashco,
right
Audio
to use
B.
this by the people who own the fucking copyright on this. The copyright owners of this material have given me the ability to use it. They have said it's okay. Therefore, everyone else can fuck off.
Yeah.
Stout's got work to do.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got that. I was looking at that thread there. But yeah, it looks like AdRev is one of the more aggressive ones, and you may have to file an appeal.
Which sucks because they can take your video down.
Not if they lose the appeal. Not if YouTube investigates. Like, if you do an appeal, then YouTube will look at your video, and then they will look at their claim and weigh the two. They'll also see the history of claims on yours. And you can certainly mention that, well, the people who actually own this released their claim and saw it in my favor, and you can use that in your favor. I'd be very surprised if the video got taken down, because I think you're completely in the right.
Of course he's no. It's not even. You think he is absolutely legally in the right? That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
As even if the King family said we don't like that, too fucking bad. Fair goddamn use. You know.
It's fair use, but if the King family said that they wanted to make money off of it, honestly, I would say, okay.
Right. No, I'm saying they would. It would be illegal for them to take it down. Now they can make money off it. Fine, whatever. You know.
Well, I would be saying I would be like, I'd say to the King family if I had the opportunity, like, just beware. You're gonna get a lot of false claims on this shit.
Yep.
Wow,
Oh, go. Oh. I'm still watching my baseball game.
Baseball game? Oh.
If they win, they're still in it.
Basketball.
I remember that movie.
Basketball.
I love basketball. Got a print right now.
Is it really?
Yep. Hasn't been printed since that DVD. Same
I thought it was
with
on Blu-ray.
what?
I thought it was on Blu-ray.
Not yet. It's coming, I think, soon. And Team America World Police. That's out of print on Blu-ray. All you got is the DVD now. Very short run on that. I was looking at their movies. Even Cannibal the Musical just got a re-release, but like
it's limited numbers. You still get basketball on DVD for $7 right now.
yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying it's not in print anymore. It's actually at some point going to be hard to find, though I don't think it'll ever peak past $15-20, honestly. It's not popular enough.
It's more
Which
of a
one?
Basketball?
Oh.
Well, it's like Idiocracy was out of print for a long time on DVD. They finally reprinted it earlier this year.
That's right. Yeah.
Some of those movies just fall off the radar because they're not as popular.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, wait a minute. So basketball's out of print, but it's still cheap?
Still fairly cheap, yeah.
Huh.
It's $7. I would love to have it on Blu-ray, but...
Yeah, a friend of mine lent me that and Orgasmo, and I never actually got around to watching either of them.
Oh my god, Orgasmo's so fucking funny. It's, I think, the only one of their movies that's in print, other than South Park-related stuff.
Really?
You would love Orgasmo.
That's really...
Orgasmo is so fucking funny. So funny. Oh, and Dallin would hate it, probably. Or he would love it. I'm not. It's really. It's kind of a toss-up, actually.
It's hard to say.
Oh, I have good news. I've finally, wrapped up and gotten everything ready to ship out for both of the packages. Brandon.
Still didn't do it today?
I didn't have time.
Okay. Uh-huh.
But it's getting shipped out on Tuesday, so whatever.
Okay. Hey, same jacket, really good internet. Fingers crossed. They're hooking it up on Tuesday. Who knows if we'll have problems or not.
Let me put it this way.
Wire the house.
Both of the packages were so full. Both of the packages were so full that, the bubble packaging had, the top of the package, poofing up a little bit.
Well then. I wish I had my good camera so I could do an unboxing video. I might hold it and do it on Saturday Night InSaNiTy.
Just don't take out the address.
Unboxing video?
Unboxing.
Unboxing?
Yeah, all I'll say about the box that I'm sending to you, Sean, is that there's a bunch of random stuff. And I don't know, there's stuff for Rosie, but I don't know if you want her there because some of the stuff is
Oh no, really?
Not adult, but it's still she's going to ask you. You're going to have to explain.
I'll have awkward questions to answer.
Yes!
That's okay. That's
Dad,
okay.
I told you not to put the dildo in there.
I've already set
I was just thinking that.
I've already set the expectation that there's a package coming and stuff for both of us, so I already promised you that I would wait. So
All right.
the stage is set.
It's nothing too bad, but yeah.
So that's why you need tape, so you can just unbox it, look through it real quick, and go, "Oh, this was established off, man." Box the shit back up, shove everything in it, right?
And it'll just all be stuff for Rosie.
Well, I don't think everything would be like that. I'm sure it's like one or two things. I don't know, Justin. Can you confirm?
I don't know, Justin.
There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 4 things for Rosie, and then there's like one for both you and Rosie, and then the rest is for you.
Awesome.
It's a package for Rose!
Yay!
So there's like toys, DVD set.
Oh, I'm sending.
I told you about the DVD set. It's the Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, she's gonna just shoot her pants.
It's the van set, right?
Scooby-Doo!
Well then, that is upload.
I remember when I first told you that expression, Cass, and you pictured it literally. I'm like, well, I don't remember what I was showing. It was something fine and cool. I'm like, oh, you're gonna shit your pants when you see this, and you just burst out laughing. Like, really? Oh, wow!
How old would it have been?
I don't know.
Just like one long stream and
Maybe
shit
like
flows
10.
out.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And I showed you I got her that like robotic claw arm from the dollar store, right?
Yes, I think
You
so.
know it's gonna annoy the fuck out of Sean with that one.
I can't wait. I
He'll
can't
be like
wait.
trying to pick his nose with it and everything.
No. One night he'll come on air and we'll look over and we'll see that on top of the bookshelf. No, fuck you, Stout. It's up there. That's where it lives.
So Skinslip, are you high yet?
I've been high this whole time.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
I need to pee and get some food.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go grab my chips. I'm also going to pee, and I think we should watch a little bit of Ventrilo Harassment here.
Okay, I'll try to be back in like 10, 15 minutes.
That's fine. I'm still finding all the favorite episodes here.
I'm kind of wondering when we're going to get to the main topic of tonight.
Oh yeah, the one that Well,
you know, the one that you kind of created the title over.
Yes. Didn't we do that
Careful, that'll
one
get
week? We had this big topic planned, and I made a title for it, and then we never got to it, like ever.
That's happened more than once.
All the
This happens
time.
every time.
Okay. Well, let me go pee. I'll grab my chips, and then we can discuss it while Cass is getting his food, and then we'll be good to go for some craziness after. All right. Good.
There you go.
Plan.
I'm putting my foot down on this one. This one's not escaping SNI. It's random discussion.
Quick, go off air. Go off air.
Go up there.
Yeah.
Quick, you started to talk about it. Quick, start off the stream.
Go.
Dicks. Yeah, 'cause this is like,
Oh no! Oh, did they do it? Did they do it? They did it! They won! Yes!
Did the A's lose again?
Yeah. And
Oh my god. You're kidding me.
It's going down to the last fucking game of the season!
Oh my fucking god. I hope the A's choke just so I can see you run around with like a fucking bandana on your head and paint your face blue, put an white M on it. Look at me, woo! And then you lift your shirt and it's got your favorite player, Pujols' name on it.
right on your chest, it just sees poo holes.
Yeah. And there's number, blue and white writing.
That's a beautiful fucking sight. Oh.
I stabbed myself again today.
You shouldn't do
Jesus,
that.
be careful. I will be right back.
I will also be right back. You're on your own, Eric. Don't fight into the sun.
I'm a flaming bag of poop, apparently. No, the poo holes. There's a baseball player. If you're not a fan of baseball, his last name is Pujols. All right, so who are we leaving? Oh, it's a Oh, jail. Not jail. I'm waving like you can see me. But, I don't know, like I can hear him in the background. But, yeah, they all say Pujols. Again, this is another actual baseball player. Cannonball Titcomb. Yeah. Cannonball Titcomb. And it's spelled exactly as you think. Those words just munched together into a name. Cannonball Tit, T-I-T, Comb, C-O-M-B. You literally can't make this shit up.
So, any of you are wondering about all the disaster area back there, that's all Halloween stuff. So, Rosie and I are working on the display over there.
Nobody's here except for...
Awesome. Well, there's people in the chat.
I've been telling everybody in the chat.
Everyone went to pee.
I've been telling everyone in the chat that we've been, lately in the last few days, we've been fascinated with hilarious baseball player names. Because apparently there's a player right now, I think it's for the Mariners. His last name is Pujols. And so we decided, hold on.
It's the share pack. Format a partridge.
But I decided to Google search
myself.
other funny baseball player names. And I came up with, I believe, it's someone...
Mr. Pujols.
Someone with a more interesting name than Mr. Pujols.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Cannonball Titcomb.
Titcomb?
And it's, like I said in the chat to everybody here, it's spelled exactly the way you think. It's cannonball, just a cannonball, and then tit, T-I-T, comb, C-O-M-B.
Well then.
Cannonball Titcomb.
You need your tit hair brushed. He's your man.
Yeah. Yeah, for people in the chat, that right there is how it's spelled.
Excellent.
Yeah. And the other guy, too.
Wow, like literally everybody left. It's just you and me.
Yeah, the other one is Pujols, just like that. I mean, there's like Dick Rod and stuff like that, and, you know. There was a baseball player called Milton Bradley.
Milton Bradley. So he would just go out onto the field and play the board game version of baseball.
Yes. That's Dr. Mr. Cannonball Titcomb. Esquire.
The third.
The third. We've concluded it's Dr. Mr. Cannonball Titcomb Esquire the third.
What?
Yes.
See, this is what happens when you leave me alone in a chat with
That
people.
sounds like my cat's name. My cat has like 9 names.
Your tax name?
My cat.
That's
She's
the name
Sherlock.
you write on your taxes?
No, she's Sherlock.
Yeah,
She's Sherlock,
the
Cat, Anita,
kiss.
Green, Worthington the Third, Henriksen. That is her full name. Oh,
There's a
Squiggles
baseball
Jr.
player called
I
that.
got Squiggles Jr. for Henriksen.
Oh, rusty cunts.
Just while we're waiting here, Brandon, you might want to cue some stuff up.
Oh, yes, please.
Or download or whatever.
Link
Yeah.
us, please.
Alright. Well, I want to...
Yes, I know.
Next
I
week
know
we should
about
have this
NASCAR
problem.
drivers.
Here, hold on, I'll just copy.
Dick Trickle? Yes, we know who
Dick Trickle.
Dick Trickle is, yes.
Yes.
Alright,
Pretty
here
sure
we
that's
go.
Rusty Kuntz, but okay.
Yeah, he's clarifying that it's tweens.
This is just for you for now, Skin Slip. Just a list of them.
Sweet Christ. What, okay. I have to do them one at a time. I can't, like, queue them all up or anything.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted me to download them or what.
It'll actually take me longer to download them unless you want to watch them in rapid fire succession.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about the first link. The first link is just don't mail your dishes.
I know.
Okay.
Because it's after the WWO.
Yes.
Oh my god, I've seen these videos.
I know you've seen them.
I think I'm the one that showed them to you.
Possibly.
Ventrilo Harassment. I think I've seen one or two of these at some point.
Possibly.
Sounds very familiar.
They're pretty popular for a while. I've been rewatching them lately and enjoying them immensely. So I think if we go in this order, we'll get maximum enjoyment.
But yeah, because actually, like the first.
Speaking of maximum enjoyment,
I think the first 3 videos are kind of like a continuity order kind of thing.
Kinda, yeah. They are referred back to a lot in subsequent ones.
in case anybody's curious, if you know what this is what's happening right now.
Ah. Preparing.
He's getting high.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not using drugs on the show.
So,
Oh, you have the legal right to, so I.
Yes, YouTube service.
So, Mr. Flaming Bag of Poop.
You shitbag.
Mr.
Shitbag.
Yes, Mr.
Dr. Mr. Shitbag.
So,
Dr. Mr. Shitbag, yep.
So you all may recall a few weeks ago how Garbage Gamer was really excited to get Destiny, the big game that everybody's been talking about.
The big game that was released the 9th of this month, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You
So he got it just fairly recently, and already has put it on eBay.
Yes, I bought it. I had it pre-ordered on Amazon, so I got it day 1. Of course, I didn't get it at midnight. I got it about 2 in the afternoon, you know, like a normal human being.
When you woke up. I'm kidding.
Actually, it's not that far off.
That's right, you told me you slept in
Oh,
that
wait,
day.
yeah.
Yeah, you slept in that day, that's right.
But yeah, one thing I want to say right off the bat before we get into the rage, Destiny up to level 20 was fun. It was. I had a lot of high hopes, and my excitement for the game wasn't just, oh, I had it and I hadn't played it yet. No, I was actively playing it, and I was having a lot of fun. It is, like I said, there are things that are said in every review, and it's true to this point. It feels like it's a Halo game. If you've ever played a Halo game, you know that, you know, if there's one thing good you could say about the later Halo titles, they always had excellent gunplay. The games themselves, to play them, was a lot of fun. Bungie knows what they're doing when it actually comes to a first-person shooter. When it comes to an MMO, on the other hand, neither of those companies have really much of any experience.
Oh, I see.
And that is where it falls flat on its face and makes it a just a hollow, you know, it feels very poorly made, poorly executed. In
what ways, though?
Okay, starting off with the actual missions themselves. First off, there's not very many. I think there's like, it's going to sound like a lot. I think there's like, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16. There's about 24 some odd missions total in the game, like main storyline missions.
Okay.
And but you know, when I say that, they're like, oh, that's not too bad. You can run through a mission in about 5 minutes. So you could actually complete the game entirely. Then this includes going back to the tower, mining endergrams, and doing all the typical MMO stuff. We've clocked it on an average about a 6-7 hour campaign.
That's interesting.
And this is for
$60.
For $60, that is an MMO.
Sorry, I was just going to say that's interesting because I just played Master Reboot, which is an indie game that runs about 7 hours your first time through. Now that said, once you know everything you can do, you can blow through it in about an hour. But your first time through, when you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what's lurking around that corner, it'll take you about 6 or 7 hours.
And you didn't pay $60 for it.
Yeah, I didn't pay $60
That's the
for it.
difference.
I paid $15, and then it was on sale the next week for $5. So,
Yeah,
7 hours of
$5.
yeah, 7 hours of gameplay out of a $5 to $15 game. I'm very satisfied with that. You know.
Yeah.
And it's one I will definitely replay from time to time.
There are redeeming values to Destiny, but unfortunately for me personally, those redeeming values are not what I wanted in the game, and it's not what I'm generally. And it's not what I'm generally usually interested in, which is the what I call the Call of Duty aspect, since the game is also published by Activision.
I'm a little side. I will let you know that at the end of the beta, Garbage did say that he wasn't sure the game was gonna be that good. He's had reservations from the beginning.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I actually had canceled my pre-order and then reinstated it, just saying, you know what, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. And I'm glad I gave it a shot because I would have been on the fence. And I also, last little positive thing about it I want to say is that I have a feeling that I will be revisiting Destiny in the future.
At some point.
I will be buying it again for when it drops.
Bargain bin. Yeah.
Mostly, or if there's a newer version that comes out at a drop price.
Look at Ultimate Edition with a bunch of DLC.
Yeah, that has all the DLC that they're not charging $40 for.
Are they charging $40 for DLC?
35.
It's $34.99.
Charging you $60 for the game.
And what
like
initially pissed me off when I discovered this is that, and I would say this is a spoiler, but the problem is there is no story. There really is. The story is so paper thin. It is amazing that this game had prepare to sit down for this if you're not already. This is, in recent history, there has not been a game that has been this expensive to make. $500 million.
That's
there
crazy.
have been movies that were cheaper than this.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Most movies are cheaper than that, actually.
You know, like
I thought GTA 5 was $500 million.
No, GTA 5 was, I think, 100-something million less than that.
So
Yeah, I think it was 400 million.
Close. It was like 400-something. But yeah, for a 500 million.
Sorry.
What?
Nothing unrelated. Unrelated. Oh, wow, that was not meant to be audible.
Yeah, that's why I'm selling on eBay. I don't do GameStop anymore. They would have given me $5 for the game. But yeah, when it finally came down to it, it was very hollow. And then it wasn't until like 5 or 6 missions in, like story missions in, that I realized that I've been doing the same thing every mission, which is I run to a location. I deploy it's called your ghost, and it's voiced by Peter Dinklage. Everyone calls it their Dinklebot. That's funny. I admit that's funny. You deploy Dinklebot, and all you have to do is he does whatever, and you have to defend him for like 5 minutes. And
so it's like escort missions?
It's an entire game filled with escort missions.
Oh, God.
$265 million was GTA 5's budget.
So like half.
Like half.
A little over half.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, GTA 5 is probably a more fun experience. I can guarantee you.
How much
You'll get
a
more
longer
time
game.
out of it.
The one thing I was out before we went live, and I was thinking about discussing this, is I didn't want to steer people away from Destiny. There's a lot that is there, but the problem is the stuff that is there doesn't interest me. So this is mostly just a personal rage about things that they promised, and talked about immensely at E3 and then in promotional videos and even during the beta that they talked about, and it's just not there.
News didn't deliver.
They took it out, and the big thing, the big final slap in the nuts is that their so-called 10-year plan. What they did was they made a complete game that was hinted in a closed-door beta test before it went public back in 2013. That there was an entire story, a big, massive, and some people were claiming they had it was one of those. I had a friend who was who did the closed-door beta, and he was told like it was a 60-hour campaign. This massive story about building lore with like trading factions and all about a giant war.
It was like a Mass Effect thing, but
it was very much like Mass
MMO.
Effect.
Yeah.
And pretty much in what they're doing now is that storyline is still there. The problem is they just cut it up and they put it in $40 DLC.
Oh, fucking hell.
It was already in the game. People were playing it. It was already being beta tested. And they decided to take it out and sell it to you as like we don't deserve it.
So basically, it's $100 game if you want the full story.
Minimum, probably more.
Yeah, it's going to be more because this isn't the first set of expansions. Like I said, they're still holding true to a 10-year plan. And we got a little pamphlet. I'm not going to show it because it's all packed up. There's a little pamphlet.
Not World of Warcraft.
No, it's not going. I have a feeling that Destiny's going to fade off after a year. It's gonna pull a mag. It's.
Yeah, whatever happened to mag?
You can get mag for $5 now. You can get copies of mag for free with samples of Tide. That's what.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's a little side note. That's the thing with mag. Yeah, you can get it for $5, but like Shadowrun returns, you can't play it. The servers are gone. Sony's long since shut down the servers, so you can't.
Not Shadowrun Returns. Shadowrun Returns is the current game.
Or what
just
was
the other Shadowrun. It's a different Shadowrun game.
Yeah, it was a first-person shooter.
But it wasn't Shadowrun
awesome
Returns.
Online mechanics.
Shadowrun Returns is a great game. Everyone needs to own that.
Yes.
Other than
sorry about that.
The MMOs did.
And that's one of the problems, one of many problems I have with the whole world of online gaming and the fact that there's such a huge focus on it. Like back in the day, games were a cartridge or CD-ROM that you would play in your console, and maybe some of them you could link up another console and play against a friend, or you could play two-player on a split screen. But you could come back to that game and play it fully, entirely, completely 20 years later, and it would be exactly the same experience that you had back then. But now, with these online games, how long are the servers going to be up? Like how long? Basically, as long as the game is profitable, that's how it's running. And then after that, 20 years from now, you're fucked. You basically got the single-player campaign, and that's it. And the single-player
problem.
Well, hang on. The single-player campaigns are second to the online experience now. It's all being put into the online, and so there's no longevity to these games anymore. Like, where are the classics that are going to stand the test of time and we're going to be playing in 20 years? I just don't see them, other than some indie games.
You compared an offline game to online game. Offline speaking, those games are still viable for decades because you can play couch multiplayer on them. So in that respect, it's just as good as your old game, but it also has an online component so you can play with a dude in Singapore who will kick your ass with a bot.
Yeah.
But if you're playing on a... Can you do that with like a PS3 or something like that if it's a multiplayer game that like...
The servers are shut down?
A lot of them you can do offline matches.
I'm going to show a game here.
I know you can do that with old Unreal Tournament 3, I think.
No, you can do that with a lot of first-person shooters.
Oh yeah, you can do it with all the Unreal Tournament games. You could play offline against bots.
Yeah.
And you can set those bots to be legendary, just like you're playing against real people.
Regardless, the whole service thing. That's why I think it's better for these online games to have ad hoc servers, in the sense that I give you my PlayStation user account name, and I connect to you, and you're the one who's the server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way it doesn't require a central server.
But this whole always online kind of thing, needing even to play the campaign single player, you need to be online. That's bullshit. And it's a specific game.
Out the patch.
Like I said, this is Watch Dogs. This game in particular, you could play this to completion without ever needing to connect to the internet. And I can't believe that I'm saying this, but that's actually, I really like that because it's a feature that is not used all that often, where there are several games that are completely hindered on the fact that you need to be connected online. And you can't actually play it.
Like
And
Brink.
Yeah, Brink.
I keep saying Brink because I was so sad because I pre-ordered that game. I played the shit out of that game, and like 6 months later, I was like, or a year later, I can't play with anybody now. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. See, that's the
yeah.
problem.
Going back to Destiny about DLC, what initially pissed me off was about, like I said, I'm getting not into spoiler territory because, like I said, there's no spoilers. About halfway through the game, you meet like a queen character again that's not explained. You have no idea who the fuck she is. She has a brother who you don't give a shit about.
Because you're missing half the story.
Because you're missing everything. And she talks about, you know, something about you're in debt to this race of people, and she can call on you at any time, and that the war is not over, and there's a front that's happening and starting, darkness is going, and it's never mentioned again. And it isn't until you find out that inside the box for the game, you look inside, there's a little pamphlet that says Destiny Expansions 1 and 2, and you read the description, it says more story missions.
Yeah.
There's where the story for that, what she talked about that wasn't in the DLC. The game itself sets up its own DLC. Talk about a kick in the fucking nuts.
Well, that's the way it's going with the DLC for the moment, and I think it's gonna continue like that for a while. Then it's going to explode, and then it'll get normalized again. But was it? The remaker was just saying story campaign over. The remaker is saying story campaign over multiplayer has always been my preference. Yeah, I mean, I look at when multiplayer was first starting to become a thing, and it would still be where the focus of the game was always on the campaign, and multiplayer was just kind of an added value bonus. It was never the central focus. Like, you didn't buy that game just for the multiplayer. You know, it was added value to the story missions.
Right.
And, you know, I knew that things were seriously shifting when, I think it was, you know, that guy sent me Medal of Honor, the recent Medal of Honor. And I played it, and I really enjoyed it. You know, I thought it had great graphics. It was fun. You know, good slick controls, and then it was over. Like, the campaign was literally like 4 hours long, and you could literally finish it first time through, never having picked it up before, in one sitting. You know, and the whole purpose of the campaign was just to unlock the multiplayer maps. That was it. And I'm like, really? That's it? Like, you actually had a good campaign there, but it was just really short. You could have had just a solid single-player game there, with the added bonus of being able to play some multiplayer death matches with your buddies. You know, that's what it used to be like. And now it's just become all the focus is on the online gaming, and I think it's really going to hurt the longevity of these games.
Right.
And the nostalgia factor for these games. There's going to be no nostalgia factor for it.
And yeah, I want to go on record saying that this is not me saying don't ever go buy Destiny. It's not for everybody. This is a real testament to people who are either hardcore MMO fanboys who just love every MMO that's out there, who can sit there for 10 hours and do the same repetitive task over and over again and never be bored. This is the game for you. If you love grinding and you love, you know, playing story missions over and over and over again, you know, it sounds like a negative, but some people actually do like that.
Yeah.
The other set of people this game is for the Call of Duty fans. It's for the Battlefield fans. It's for which I am a Battlefield fan, but not that hardcore.
Yeah.
I haven't played Battlefield 3 in like 7 months.
I haven't played the main Battlefield games. I do like Bad Company, though. I just love those characters.
I beat 1 and 2, mostly because of the fucking story.
Yeah.
The story
I like Battlefield 3.
It was hilariously awesome.
It had a great story and just hilarious characters. I love the characters and the banter between them. It was really nice to watch.
Like I said, what I will say about Destiny, it's called the Crucible, which is the player versus player multiplayer mode. And it's same stuff. It's free for all, capture the flag, team deathmatch. You know, hold this position. Blah, blah, capture the relic, that kind of thing. It's all the same shit. But if you're a fan of that kind of stuff, this is the game for you. I mean, you mix the playing the little story, that there is to gather a bunch of weapons, because you don't just like go in and unlock. I mean, you unlock weapons as you play the multiplayer with other people.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of the joy of it for some people is, as you play the story, you can bring your weapons and armor and knowledge and upgrades from the main story.
Yeah.
And bring it into multiplayer and play against your friends.
Of course, yeah.
That's the awesome part. And I'm saying, if you're into that kind of thing, go get Destiny right now. What the fuck are you doing? This is the. So
I'm cued the videos, by the way.
Okay, cool. So we'll get to that just in a moment here.
Talk long enough that I was able to download all of them, actually.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, even better, so we can just go. Yeah, Nenkyo mentions, it says that people that enjoy hunting for trophies or achievements are out of luck if the servers are gone. Yeah, that's actually a bit of a pet peeve with mine as well. When we started seeing it, first I was all excited about the whole idea of trophies. Like, oh, cool, you get rewards for doing tricky things or achieving things in the game. Achievements, if you will. So, but then I started to see something as a trend appearing more and more often in games. It's like, I do really well, I get all these trophies, and I go to check and see how I'm doing, how many I've got left to get, and I wouldn't even be at like 50%. And I would look through the list of trophies and what you had to do to get them, and the other 50% would be multiplayer only.
Yeah, it'd be like, get 3 headshots, win like 50 matches.
It's like, so wait a minute, so I can't get 100% unless I play multiplayer. So you're basically forcing me to play multiplayer if I want to get the whole thing. Like, come on, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. I don't like being, I didn't buy this game for that.
The one last thing I want to say that was praised in, it was mentioned in an Angry Joe review of the Destiny video, and the one thing he praises, and I totally agree on this, the graphics and the art style, and especially the music. The music, the graphics, the art style, and the gunplay, all that together, that is where most of that money went. It is spot on. It is fucking amazing. This has got to be the most beautiful console game I've ever seen in my life.
Where the fuck is Cass?
I think he's still making food, actually.
He went to get food. Well, yeah, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait until.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, I just saw a hand. Oh, the chair moved. The hell?
You wish.
Sit down.
He went to.
But yeah, I will say
I had to go to a restaurant.
This is the most
restaurant.
Amazingly beautiful shooter that I've ever seen. I mean, it really captures like what it would be like if you had a helmet on and you were running around the moon, and it was just like it's that kind of everything's kind of dull and with like tinted blue and gray, and then you go to Venus and everything's kind of lush and green, and you go to Mars and everything's dusty and red and raw, and it looks gorgeous. But like I've said with games like Assassin's Creed when it first came out, you can only stare at a beautifully polished turd for so long before you realize that it's just a beautifully polished turd.
You don't realize it still stinks.
It still stinks of shit.
Turd.
So that's what I would call Destiny. A beautifully polished turd that doesn't quite fully smell like shit.
Yay!
It's like Febreze and shit in here.
Yeah. Yes, it's what happens when you polish and Febreze a turd.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly wash my hands. And, Cass, if you could cue up the first video there. Not the first one, because that's ours, but the, the
yeah,
first.
I see the titles and everything. I'll cue it up.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah. While he's gone, I'm just going to mention, if you want a way more in-depth grinding into this, someone mentioned in the chat, go YouTube Angry Joe's review of Destiny. I can have Cass here vouch for me. He reams into this game for 35 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And everything he says is true. So, because I've experienced it myself, I'm selling this game as with a level 20 maxed out character. I completed the entire story. I just refuse to do all the light grinding that comes after that by doing Crucible matches and all that stuff I don't care to do. So for me, once the story finished, I was done. I didn't want to do strikes anymore. I didn't want to do missions anymore. Because I'd already done them. Which, by the way, they said you'd be level 20 by the final mission. I was level 17 by the final mission. I had to go back and replay missions all by myself to get up to level 20.
Which sounds exactly like an MMO.
But yeah, which I'm not going to fault that, because that's kind of what you do in an MMO.
That's what happens when you can...
But at least, like I said, at least in an MMO, there's so many characters and side missions and things you can talk to, and it's just not comparable to an MMO at all. Because when you're out in the world killing things, there literally is nobody to talk to. There's no other humans around. It's literally just the enemies that you fight. That's it. And when you go to the tower to go talk to people, they're like robots. They don't say anything, and they're mostly just menus to buy shit. You can't even local voice chat. Like, you can't even go to the tower where there's like 32 people running around. You can't turn on your mic and go, "Hey, everybody!" You can't. They won't hear you. You have to start a fire team with up to 1 to 3 people, and then you can talk to them. So you become these mute players. And it's just like, and it's the same in multiplayer. There's no open chat. You can only talk to people that's on your fire team. You can't even talk to people that are not on your fire team but on the same side. Like if you're playing team deathmatch, it makes it almost impossible to coordinate moves with more than 3 people. It's just...
Alrighty. Everybody here?
Hello. Yeah.
Let's say that strange guy has already asked this question, so I just want to answer real quickly. No, I don't believe there's going to be a video game crash. At worst, maybe 30, 40 years down the road, it might fall into a niche market.
I think
that would be the worst thing that could ever happen to video games, because they're too big.
I don't think there's going to be. No, it's not going to be like in the mid '80s at all. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think. I think it's. I think there's going to be a shakeup of some kind, though, because
I think
we're gonna see a death of a lot of big AAA companies that are
what
PC and indie games are going to be like the next big thing.
Yeah, indie games are really taking off, big time now.
Oh yeah, big time.
Like AAA companies can't compete when they're selling $60 titles that aren't really that good, and you can get an indie game for $15 to $20 that are
and just have so much fun. How about a space shooter for $2? $2.
Which I will add on the Ouya, it's relabeled as a space shooter for free.
Oh, well,
on all Android devices, it's free.
Yeah,
right now.
Yes, only on Android.
So it's either free or no more than $2, whatever your platform of choice. Is available for everything, and it's fun as hell. It's a really solid space shooter, and it's got this really funny story and funny characters. And
I love the story in that game.
It's just
hilarious.
It's just a blast. Like, the main character is just such a dick, and it's great.
You know what it reminds me of? To be perfectly honest, it reminds me of the same kind of writing as you might recognize. This name is the 2 guys from Andromeda.
Oh yes.
The writers of Space Quest.
Yeah, that's right. The 2 guys.
It very much feels like I'm playing a shooter version of Space Quest.
It is. It's that same style of humor. And another example, Master Reboot. Look how much I enjoyed that. I mean, that's a really, really well done indie game that's great for Halloween.
Someone mentioned Someone mentioned Space Ace. Anybody?
No.
I mentioned Space Quest.
No, Space Ace, which is the sequel, one of the Don Bluth Laserdisc games.
Yeah.
Oh, Space Ace. Ace.
That's what that storyline reminds me of a little bit. That kind of
really?
Yeah, I could see that too.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
along the same lines.
Sorry, this was a delayed reaction. I was actually reading something, and I was like, "Oh shit, finish that!" Oh no, they're moving on.
No. Get the thought in quick. Well, and also, I know, Stud, you've been talking about indie games for a while. I mean, look at your Halloween playthroughs a couple years ago with Costume Quest and Limbo. both indie games and both fantastic.
Well, saying that there's going to be a video games crash now would be like saying that there's going to be a crash in the film market, because that would literally be impossible, because you can get a camera that can make a decent movie for just a few $1,000s at most. You can get a Red camera for like, $10,000-$15,000, I think.
But I think to sort of sum up what we were saying, I think what it boils down to is I don't think there's going to be a crash, but I think there's going to be a shakeout.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing though. That's what I'm saying. It's like you can make a good indie game for cheap, and that's why they sell them for cheap, because they didn't cost them too much to make it.
Here's a good example of an indie game invading the mainstream market. So this is the Ultra Super Meat Boy Ultimate Edition.
Oh, there you go. The
Physical
Ultra Edition. So I was going to say, because people are, in particular, something I see more and more and more, and Destiny is actually a perfect example of that, is gamers just being completely gouged by the big companies with
they want
just
more.
The overinflated DLC and just giving the players less. Like we're talking about how the stories have gotten shorter and shorter and shorter in favor of the multiplayer things. I mean, a multiplayer focused game is pretty easy for a company to make. I mean, they just make some maps and crank it out and charge you $20.
Yeah.
I call it the Hershey effect.
Yeah.
Because it's if you don't know what that is, it's not too long ago, Hershey's released their Hershey bars. They're mousse bars, which is supposed to be chocolate mousse.
Yeah.
Which, if you know what chocolate mousse is, it's chocolate full of air holes.
Yes.
So what they did was they took chocolate. Yeah, they took chocolate bars and punched a bunch of holes in it.
Yeah.
And filled it full of air, and then resold it to you for
air bubbles.
Air bubbles, and then told us it was fancy. That's exactly what they're doing here.
But
they're taking the same shit, giving you less, and charging you more for it.
So to complete my thought, so people, what I see more and more is people are getting more and more sick of being gouged by the big companies and turning more to the indie companies, initially just because the games are cheaper, but then also discovering all these wonderful hidden gems that there's some really good independent game developers out there. I mean, look at the games, speaking of nostalgia and standing the test of time, look at the games that have lasted for 20, 30 years. They're the ones who were programmed by one guy in his basement and sold to Atari for $10,000. You know,
teams of like 5 people.
What happened, Colin?
Exactly.
Seriously, what happened?
Overinflated budget and sense of self-purpose.
Okay. So, that said, let's watch some Ventrilo Harassment.
I did want to say one of the biggest mobile games started from Angry Birds. That company was indie at some point, and they just exploded.
Massive. You know, they got plush dolls. They have an animated series.
Not a big player.
They've got
Minecraft.
Exactly.
Oh my
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Another one.
Perfectly honest.
$2.5 billion for Minecraft.
Now owned by Microsoft.
Yep.
Guess I should grab the PS.
$2.5 billion.
Guess I should grab the PS3 version while I can.
They said they're going to take it off the PlayStation Network. They said that it makes them more money to have it on there than not. So
well, yeah,
they were
absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's start with some Ventrilo Harassment here. I gave everybody the link. Anybody who needs it in the chat again, there it is.
For link counters or whatever.
Cue it up real quick. We're all ready to go. So here we go. So we got, I think, 5 episodes in the list here, just sort of a sampling of them.
They're fairly short.
Some of the best of the best. Yeah, they're like 3 to 5 minutes apiece, generally. Pretty short. All right. Everybody queued up, ready to rock? Mm-hmm. So we're watching the first one here, which is entitled World of Warcraft Nerd. Speaking of online games.
And nerds.
All right, and nerds, yes. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. The clip you're about to hear is February.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Pretty excited about that belt.
Oh, God.
Kicked and banned.
Kicked and banned.
That's what we would call worth it.
Oh.
Oh, God. It took him that long to fucking kick him. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, he had a thing that would like.
A minute of that gone.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously it's not me.
It's definitely Joe. No, it's not.
Four stamp leather belt.
Oh.
Oh, God.
It's like geeky noises.
Yeah.
I kind of want to pick a sound clip.
Orgasmically.
I kind of want to make that in my soundboard, you know. Anyone, one of you gets excited about something and just play the sound.
You should.
Like,
Oh,
oh my
the
God,
fugitive
so cool.
one.
Four stamp, leather belt. Oh.
There's just so many of them, and they're all so good.
I know. Alright, here we go. Here's the second one. World of Warcraft Nerd Returns.
1 second. Taking socks off.
Yep, no worries.
Oh shit, I have my medicine. Let me take my pill. Let me take my medicine real quick. What's going on? Is Skin Slip getting naked? Oh, no, I was taking my pill.
Oh, okay. Yay, pills. Yes, are you okay?
I was just reading something else.
Oh, okay.
It's about seconds away from breaking, I bet.
Excellent. All right.
As it should be.
Where are we here? Okay, so this is Ventrilo Harassment. World of Warcraft Nerd Returns. Everybody queued up?
Yep.
All right, let's do this. Here we go. The noisy bus. Go away, bus. Just go away.
Go away.
There was a street cleaner this morning while I was trying to get my 3 hours of sleep. I swear it was just doing pirouettes on the street and wasn't actually doing anything. It sounded like it passed by roaring along and then finally disappeared, like, oh, good. And then I heard it. It came back around the corner. I'm like, what the fuck? So then finally I go and look after it's gone to see, like, what did it actually do? And I just see this trail of wet where it was. But it doesn't look like it actually cleaned anything. It just like went by, made a lot of noise for 20 minutes, and then left.
It just put water on the ground. What a waste.
Pretty much. It came, it peed, it left.
Someone pulled the damn thing. That's what happened.
Alrighty, let's do this here. Okay, everybody ready?
Yep.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Their name is, oh my god. Oh my god.
They really had. Oh my god.
What's funny is if you listen to him just talking, he actually does say, oh my god, a lot.
Day 2.
That's the best punchline.
Oh god.
They made a song out of it.
Oh no!
I have an MP3 of that song.
Oh, I want that song. Drop it on the hard drive. Leather belt?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
His name
Nothing to
is
get
Oh my
excited about,
god.
I love that.
The best part is that's not even that great of an item. Like, really? Why is this person? Why did the original person record that audio? Like, think that was so great, you know?
I don't know. Alright, the next one is the stuff of legend.
Yes.
Nukem Forever, right?
I think this is the one actually where I got introduced to him.
Possibly. This is probably the one most people. This one and the first World of Warcraft are the one most people know.
'Cause I remember this one on Stickam.
This one is yeah, it's
Infamous.
awesome.
I think this might be the one I've seen.
It's unfamous.
Oh gosh, Mario Land music in my head now. When did Eric leave?
You
don't
don't need to watch me pick my nose. Look at my ceiling.
Hi, nose.
Oh, that's when I was having more technical difficulties, eh, Brandon?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
the
but
fuck, boom.
Yeah, I love that. But as while we were waiting for this to queue and for Sean to pick his nose,
Well, like I took the
Stat-
time when Eric was doing his rant to download all the videos, so I don't have to worry about it at least.
It's almost 2 in the morning there for him, so he probably just went to bed.
That's true.
I know he's seen these before, so.
Yes.
And he got what he wanted to say, and it's late. So all those things, like, I'm gonna go to bed now.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
I've done it.
And as we know, Garbage Gamer isn't one for long goodbyes. He does his piece
No,
and
just
disappears.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, I can sympathize with him. I know with this group sometimes it's hard to get a word in edgewise. So
it is. Who knows? He could have been trying for 5 minutes.
trying to get a good night in, and then finally just like, fuck it, I'm just going to bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happens. You know, at this point, we're like, okay, we're used to it.
Anyways, the thing I wanted
Cash
to get
has to
in.
do it sometime.
Yeah. The thing I wanted to get in, actually Stout in particular, I was wondering if you heard about this.
My nose is now free of boogers.
That's excellent.
What were you saying, Cass?
Did you hear that apparently Sarah Palin got the address of the White House wrong today in a speech?
I
Oh
did.
my God.
I did.
It was all over
Oh
Reddit.
my god.
Yes, she referred
Oh
to
my
it.
god!
She referred to it as 1400 Pennsylvania Avenue, which, of course, as most people know, it's 1600.
Uh-huh.
So I just like some of the responses
You're
on.
Canadian, you know that. Let's
I know.
kind of put that into perspective. Canadian, not
Yeah, I know.
born in America. Palin is in very. Oh my god! I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't.
Well, she's
In
from
fairness-
Alaska.
Yeah. And in fairness, the reason I always remember it is from the movie Murder at 1600.
Well,
Well, not I remember
yeah,
the Pennsylvania bit, but. Anyways, I just like a couple of the responses this news site published off of Twitter. One guy said, Palin got White House address wrong, said 1400 Pennsylvania. She wasn't one heartbeat from the presidency, she was a couple of blocks away.
Oh.
And then I love this one. Totally agree with Sarah Palin. There is a lack of leadership at 1400 Pennsylvania Avenue. The Willard Hotel really needs to get its act together.
Oh, that's fucking perfect.
That's great.
Oh.
And of course, all my Republican friends would just defend her to the death. It's like, oh, well, you know, it was an honest mistake. Anybody could make that mistake. It's like,
Unless it was a Democrat, then it's not an honest mistake. Don't forget.
yeah, exactly.
That's the
Except
problem.
that she's the president. She's like, hi, I'm here for work.
Beat them into the
I'm in
ground.
a hotel.
Uh,
All right. So, everybody queued up on the next one here? Ready to rock? Ready to go?
Yeah.
Ready to rock and roll? Ben Christian
Yes,
says,
get these over with.
respectfully, I would fuck the shit out of her. Yes, most people seem to like Sarah Palin simply for the soccer mom thing.
Yeah.
About 5 years ago, I would have. But now she's too much crazy.
I've
Like, I know
never
too
found
much-
her attractive, actually, at all.
Really, no.
Physically. She's just too... I like some brain cells to be active in the women that I...
Yeah.
5 years ago, I'm like, I don't care, I'm horny. Now I'm like,
It doesn't matter, had
it's been a
sex.
while. Yeah. Alright, I'm ready to do this. Let's do this.
Alright, let's do this. Here we go.
Alrighty.
Says Ventrilo Harassment, Duke Nukem Forever. 3, 2, 1, play.
That's loud. Okay, there we go.
That's like a theme song.
Featuring Duke Nukem.
It sounds like James Bond, but it's from The Life of Brian.
Ah.
Oh, this one I have. Oh, yeah.
Serious business.
So perfect.
I know. Whatever that means.
I love that line.
Kill you old style.
1 minute later.
Oh God. Krillington, it was a woman, not a kid.
Yes, it was that one guy's mom, apparently.
No.
It
They
was-
thought the harasser was a spy from his mom.
Oh, I see. Are you sure?
I have no idea. Yeah, that's what he was saying,
Nope,
and that's why I
okay.
was like, "What? Wow, Jesus Christ, you are fucking crazy, kid."
Paranoid?
Or your mom is crazy. To be fair, that it could be true. Someone's crazy.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jiggle Billy's next.
Jiggle Billy, yes. Good old Jiggle Billy. This was my first experience at Jiggle Billy. And then Stout sent me the Aqua Teen Hunger Force Season 1 set, and I was like, oh, that's where Jiggle Billy's from. Awesome.
Jiggle Bill.
I was so excited when I saw Jiggle Billy.
Jiggle Bill.
All right,
Good jangle,
those who need the link, here's Jiggle Billy.
I love that episode, by the way.
Get to jiggling.
Yeah. Oh, Jiggle.
I don't think I've actually seen this one.
No? Oh, this is
Oh, dude.
I've seen the Fugitive one. That one's funny.
the Fugitive. Oh, yeah. There's so many. Like, it's hard to choose just 5, but
The Fugitive one, actually, the guys on Vids actually start sort of just. They're pretty good about it. They just kind of played along with them.
sometimes they do. Yeah, once in a while you'll.
Are they still doing videos?
I don't know that they haven't really done any in quite a while. There's another group now called Ventrilo that does the same kind of thing, same style and everything.
These guys stopped.
Oh, yeah, I see the
apparently.
links
I
here, yeah.
guess, yeah. So I guess these guys stopped, and then the other guys. There was a lot of copycats out anywhere near as good. Ventrilo is definitely the closest that I've seen. They're pretty funny.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's how like the Game Chasers. There's another show called Retro Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, that's their other show. Sorry. There was another show before them. They mentioned it in their first MagFest video,
Yeah.
and the problem was it wasn't very good, and Game Chasers just did it much better.
Yeah.
So that the other guys like slowed down on the releases and then stopped releasing completely, and Game Chasers blew up because everyone moved over there. You know.
And that was that. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? That one line that Peggy says there, I'm going to kill you old style.
Yeah.
Apparently the makers of Duke Nukem Forever incorporated that into Duke Nukem Forever. So that's one of the lines that
Oh my
says,
God.
yeah, I'm going to kill you old style.
Nice.
Now I want to spend the $5 and get Duke Nukem Forever just to find that line in there.
It's worth $5 in gameplay. As far as I understand, it wasn't worth $60.
They've got a stack of them at EB Games for $5, so I was thinking, yeah, I think I should get that because I think that'd be fun.
And now you know what to get them for Christmas. No, okay.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's true. Cotton says. I mean, technically, there's a shit ton of people who do it now. Yeah, well, yeah. As I said, there's a lot of copycats and a lot of people doing the same thing, but only a handful of them are actually funny and actually good at it.
And that's the thing is, when something's popular, people will copy the formula, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like the ASDF movies. I mean, it's funny because you'll see like ASDF movie 6, and it's actually a bunch of sequels that people made when 5 was the last official one that had been made.
Oh, okay.
They're actually up to 7 now, I think, official ones.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, because the thing about like the Ventrilo harassment guy or girl, we don't know, was what wasn't just the soundboards and stuff. It was also the comedic timing. Like he was very good at timing the responses to make it almost like they were having a conversation a lot. He was very quick on the soundboard, and it really makes a difference. So, alrighty.
There's actually one like that.
Are you taking off, Ogenix? Alrighty.
Take it easy, Ogenix.
I might be doing a bit of Twitch later. I was thinking of doing the alternate ending of Master Reboot before heading to bed tonight, just so you guys know. Because I've also found all the blue ducks, so we can actually look at the complete story through the memories, through the blue ducks. And in doing so, I discovered some things about the story that I didn't catch the first time through. Some pretty significant things, actually, so we'll take a look at that. We'll see how tired I am after the chat, but that's the plan anyway. Alrighty, so are we all set on Jiggle Billy?
Yep.
Jiggle Billy! A second here. There we go. Yeah, this one's a really short one. It's only like 2 minutes. Alrighty, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh God.
He just told you how to mute him.
He is.
Don't tell him where you're going.
You can also. And
my favorite bits are the ones where they think they've escaped.
Yeah. Well, they said, let's go to room 3.
Room 3.
You can send a private message.
Yeah, I know. Well, and then there was
You can send a direct message to somebody.
there's the other guy who gave like his full real name. He's like, enjoy your stream, Ryan.
Where did Brandon go?
I'm gonna send him so much gay porn.
Well, to all our nation.
Yeah, there was actually one that he did with an Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard.
Yeah.
And
He's
he
done a
was-
few with the Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard.
But I remember there was one where he's like, it literally worked perfectly as a conversation. I think the guy's like, something like, well, it's like, well, I'm not going to do this unless you tell me who you are. Then Arnie just goes, fuck you. It doesn't work that way. The guy laughed so hard he like started choking on his chips.
That's funny. Alright, we'll have to add the 6th one here. I found one I couldn't find before.
Oh, I have one to add too, but mine's really short. Oh no.
There. Where did Brandon go? I missed what he said.
I missed it too. I don't know.
Did he go to room 3? Let's all go to room 3. We're going to room 3, everybody. Me, Ryan Ramirez, will be there in room 3. So don't tell anybody, especially that guy who's here in the room with us.
Slow it up.
Eat shit and die.
I posted the one I wanted to share.
Oh, okay. Where is it here? Oh, I think I know this one.
Yeah,
I
I played it for you before.
Yeah. Alright, good. So we have 3 more, folks. It's a Ventrilo Harassment night. We did this on Stickam, I think, many years ago. We marathoned a bunch of them.
Yeah, we just kept finding ones to watch. And
Yeah.
I remember when I found this one in particular, I remember we all really lost it.
It won't be more than the next 3, though, I promise.
kidding.
We'll stop after that.
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it, Ken. Ooh.
Alright. But you just like
Let's do
threw
this.
my hat out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Like, move!
You back?
Run.
We found 2 more we wanted to do just because they're...
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me start the download before we start the video.
Alright, that's fine.
Thankfully, mine's really short.
Yeah, mine's... About... Actually, I don't
Not.
remember how long mine is. 20
Alright,
minutes long! Alright,
Let's watch.
526.
let's watch it. You ready? Oh, wait a minute. Did I give everybody else the link? Hold on a second.
Peggy Forever.
No, I didn't. Hold on. I didn't give everybody the link. Hold on. Hold on a second.
God damn it, I gotta tweak my fucking mouse controls again.
There we go.
Still too high.
Okay, this is the one. Curlatin says, "Can we just watch these all night?"
We are, essentially.
They are pretty fucking funny. Yeah, we'll watch like at least 3 more, and then we'll probably head over to Twitch for a little bit of twitching. I'm really
Are
curious.
we
about
audio
that.
twitching, or is it the one where I get to stare at you talk to yourself?
I don't know. Were you able to watch the other night?
Yeah.
Then you can watch there.
No, I said... Never mind, John. You totally missed it.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Said, is it one where I get to audio talk with you, or do I have to sit there and watch you talk to Elf?
Oh, no, you'd have to sit there
That's
and
what
watch
I
me
said.
talk to myself.
Yeah. I like playing
Well, I
myself
mean,
more.
I could leave it open and talk to you, but I wouldn't be able to broadcast what I'm hearing you say.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Let's just do this.
Let's do this! Oh
I'm
my
gonna have
god.
fast internet starting this week.
It's,
Oh my
god.
Let's fucking do this already. Fuck's sake. Go.
You've seen the bad lip reading videos. Yes, Nicky, I've seen many of the bad lip reading videos. They're
Let's do this.
priceless. Alright, hold on, sorry. Okay, here we go. Ventrilo Harassment, Peggy Forever. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, that's...
Oh. Mass chaos.
That's brilliant.
Wow.
Every F-bomb.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant. Alright, I'm queued up on the next one already.
Awesome.
I got it down. I got them downloaded.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, World of Warcraft nerd, right?
World of Warcraft Nerd 3. Yes, there's a third one. I honestly don't remember what happens in this one, but I'm sure it's hilarious because the other two were. Here we go. A link for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Manic is getting more manic because of buffering, apparently. There was a comment on that other one. Let me just find it here.
Oh god, that was so fucking funny.
I love how he made a whole soundboard out of just Peggy.
I thought it was going to be like Peggy again, and then I figured out what he's doing.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
One of the comments was, I swear this had to be a bunch of radio DJs who got together on Vent.
I know! Like, it sounded really clear.
Yeah, really clear, and they just had those, like, radio voices like, this is my Vent server.
Yeah.
It's just they're using a virtual audio cable to record the input.
Yeah.
So you can record it directly in Audacity. Like I was doing for the podcast for a long time.
Mm-hmm. All had Yetis.
Yep.
And gaming headsets, that helps.
That's right.
Hi, random person in the car or motorcycle.
That sounds like a car.
They just said hi back to you.
What?
Do this.
As soon as he said hi, random person on the motorcycle, it went again.
Oh. I thought you had somebody said hi.
No. No. No.
Sorry, ready?
Colatin says, Peggy, 18. Maybe that's where it came from. Peggy 18, one of the, I think it's one of the UK game ratings, something like that. It's a game rating somewhere that isn't here anyway. I know that. I've seen it on many trailers.
Yeah, I thought it was Peggi though.
Yeah, but they pronounce it Peggy, like the announcer always says, Peggy, 18.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yes.
My bad. Let's do this. Come on.
All right, let's rock. Here we go. World of Warcraft Nerd 3. 3, 2, 1, play. September 9th.
That's my birthday.
Clip you're about to hear is real. Oh, that's Mozart's Requiem playing.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Mozart pieces, by the way.
It was a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking beautiful. That's mine.
Oh, God.
No,
Actually.
still.
Ah, 12-year-olds cussing. Always fun.
I know.
I just learned a bunch of swears.
Oh, well, yes.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Oh, my God.
Insane feedback.
Passwords. I feel like I don't understand trolls.
No heart. I swear to
No
God.
hurt.
Actually, I think I have seen this one before.
Oh my God. Get down. Oh, I'm
It's
gonna
EverQuest.
Wow, man, that was so random.
I gotta try it.
What?
I gotta try that.
That last one's only 22 seconds, so let's just do this.
This is
Really?
One of my personal. This is one of my personal favorites.
22 seconds. Wow. Lots of people have buffering issues. It's 22 seconds!
No, they have a problem with this video buffering when they're watching another video because you can only watch one video at a time on YouTube.
Alright, here we go. Last one.
All right.
Yep.
This one is really, really loud, so everyone crank your volume and annoy the neighbors.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'll just wait a few seconds for everybody to get queued up there.
I'm good. Are we ready?
Okay, let's do this. I'm still waiting for it to queue up. It's really long. Okay, there we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Wow.
I can only imagine that guy just got deafened.
If I just pause, you just see the explosion waiting.
I know.
Hey, Taylor on.
Taylor,
Hold on.
this new
Mom
game.
got me this new game.
Well,
Well, it's not
at a
new.
yard
It's a yard
sale.
sale. Do it. Oh, dude. Channel's fucking hilarious.
It is. So if you want to check out the channel would be Super Video Compiler, and I'll give you the link here. It's basically a playlist that has all the ones that they did, because they had to post them all under different YouTube accounts.
Why?
Because they kept getting pulled.
Why?
I don't know. They just did. So they would have like YouTube accounts that would only have one or two of them, and then they had a separate account that was just a playlist of all the videos, and that's what this is. And for those of you in the chat, all right, Ben Christian is already heading over to Twitch. We'll be heading over there in just a few minutes. Just gonna chillax for a little bit and then head on over. Hold a second.
The fuck?
What the hell is going on out there?
Saturday night in Nanaimo.
I don't know. Heard some yelling and then screeching tires.
And then gunfire.
And then, yeah,
Blam, blam, yeah.
then explosions. Yeah.
And screeching cats, yeah.
And flaming fireballs on wheels roaring past my building.
Then a maddening laugh. Oh, so I wrote a post earlier late last night about.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I wrote
what?
a post about the new TMNT, you know?
Oh, yes.
You saw it.
I watched an episode today which seemed to be a direct reference to Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah. Oh, the last episode I watched was the last episode of season 2. I references to no less than
Holy shit.
3 movies.
Well, we have this all on film as like evidence.
And
Is there
one of
someone's
the
doing donuts in the church parking lot again?
Donuts for Jesus.
There's a church across the street with a huge parking lot. On the weekend, people are always roaring around that parking lot.
Hail Mary! Hail Mary!
Burning rubber for Jesus!
I was picturing like in like a church van or something.
I don't even care that you derailed. All I was gonna say is that
Yes.
if you haven't seen the last few episodes, which just got released recently, because they just came back with TMNT after like a month or 2 long sabbatical or whatever. So the last
I used
few
to call those
episodes of season 2, yeah, the last few episodes of season 2 are actually officially up on Nickelodeon.com for free in HD.
Awesome.
If you haven't seen them yet, you can watch them now.
So in HD everywhere except physical media.
I know, right? Yeah.
Broadcast
You know what gets
in
me
HD,
is, like,
streams in HD, but we
I
only
might not
get
even-
DVDs.
I might not even be that upset if we can get all the episodes streaming in some way that doesn't require you to pay, you know, per episode, which
Yeah.
currently doesn't exist.
Mm.
Currently, if you want to watch all the episodes streaming, you have to pay $1.99 per episode.
Per episode? There's like 26 episodes in a season.
Yep.
Yep.
You could buy the season DVD for like $14.
Yep.
Yeah. But I actually kid you not, I encountered someone who doesn't like discs and prefer not to have it. They consider it a hassle.
Well, I mean, there's no argument, I don't think,
And
against
$1.99 is
the convenience of having, you know, all the files or episodes on your hard drive, for example, and being able to just click on it and watch it. You don't have to disk swap or anything like that. That's great. But, you know, some of us like discs too.
Yeah.
If only to have as a storage medium for the source material,
Yeah.
and to have something nice to display on our shelves, and also knowing that we're getting the best possible quality. So
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Travis mentioned that like a lot of Travis Beerwagon, a friend of ours, he mentioned
Yes.
a lot of season sets of newer shows that are in HD, that are on Blu-ray. A lot of the season sets on Blu-rays are not selling very well.
Yes.
And I'm thinking to myself, that's true. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because
They're
the thing
expensive
is,
usually.
well, they're not usually actually that expensive. If you look at the pricing, they're between 20, 30, maybe
comparatively,
$40 at most.
yeah, it's honestly like comparatively when it's available on both, it's usually maybe $5 more for the Blu-ray version. A lot of the time. Maybe 10 if it's a SEG set with a lot of episodes.
You're talking about getting something for your kids, right?
Yeah.
Most kids with DVDs, the DVD stops working in a few months because they don't know how to properly hold or handle a DVD.
Mm-hmm.
The DVD gets scratched or wrecked or something. Blu-ray will last for fucking ever.
Yeah.
No, it won't.
Well, no, but it's
it's more of an investment.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
It's a lot more able to take the carelessness of children than DVDs can. The scratch resistance works. Like, it really works.
Absolutely.
Whatever they did, it's like fucking magic. Like, you really have to make an effort to scratch them.
Drag it across gravel.
Yeah, well, yeah, basically.
So that's the thing that science doesn't know how to explain is disc rot. They don't know what causes it, what affects it. They know that it's the only thing that gives it a chance to spread quicker is moisture, but that's it.
Yeah,
no matter what, disc rot happens
basically.
to everything, no matter how well you store it. And we have discs that are supposed to be for 50 years. We have DVDs that are supposed to be for 50 years, and they're rotting because we don't know why.
Yeah. Well, I know in the case of Laserdisc, it was certain just lack of quality control for the manufacturing process. So there was, a speck of dirt would get in between the layers of the plastic and the metal, or they were using cheaper glue to bind the layers together that would rot quickly. I know one of the Sony manufacturing plants was really notorious for that at the time. They had one, I think, in Mexico or something, and they used really cheap production standards, and almost all their discs showed examples of rot, which was unfortunate.
Yeah,
but then other companies like Pioneer and Image, I can still fire up some of my Pioneer and Image discs today, and they look as good as the day I bought them. Like, they just really did a nice job.
The quandary is there are people who have the same condition stored just like you, Image, Pioneer, Criterion discs, right? And they're rotting still because we don't know what causes it. There's something in our environment that causes it, but they literally side by side in the same environment, one rot and one doesn't.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of factors to consider. It's environment is certainly part of it. If you live by the ocean. Absolutely. The salt in the air will cause it to rot faster. But the
light hitting something will damage it
lights,
and make it rot faster.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've all seen book covers and such fade from being in the sun for too long.
Oh, yeah. Toys, pretty common.
Or toys, yeah. But then again, as I say, it can also be manufacturing. What plant was it in? What were the conditions in that plant?
Yeah. Well, an example would be basically every gold or every chrome-plated toy since the 70s. After just a few years, many of them just break from just a stiff breeze because they're so brittle.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Over time, they lose their strength.
Well, yeah, because the bonding process for that and that era between the 70s and the 90s, when they bound it, they actually broke apart the atoms. So literally, you weaken the structure, which is fine for a while, but just a little bit more air it becomes brittle.
That's right, man.
The gaps being filled with air. So.
Alrighty, ladies and germs. I think we're going to call it a night for SNI and head on over to Twitch for a little bit of Master Reboot before bed. Some nightmares. I actually had a dream about it when I was having a nap this afternoon. Because Rosie and I have been working on the Halloween decorations, so I had a dream that we got this animatronic thing that was it was an animatronic version of Saren, the creepy girl security virus thing. And so you'd like hit a button, and then its eyes would light up, and it would kind of lunge at you. And I was like, cool, this is gonna be awesome. And of course, in the dream, I had just a massive, massive place, and I had like enough room in the middle of the main room to create like a whole graveyard set. So I was making like this ridiculously elaborate thing, and then I woke up and was sad. Oh well. It was pretty cool. And yeah, Thrash Fingers is like, wow, y'all scaring me. I think I'll upload them to the computer. Yeah, I do like...
That's not for free. You got 8 years on average for hard disks, so...
Yeah, I do. Well, and the thing about hard disks is, like, I think hard disks are a good medium to archive things, too, because you can swap them out every few years. Yep. And once you've got everything... Once you got everything on a hard disk, it's really easy to keep that data. Just back it up periodically.
Just put another new hard drive in, copy it over.
Well, and because hard drives go up in capacity and get faster and can handle more.
Yep.
So you're able to have all the same amount of data taking up less and less and less space, like physical space, as time goes on.
Which
so that's...
You got to keep up in the backup, because
you got
too long and data's gone.
Yeah, keep an eye on just how long those drives have been in there, and make sure you're replacing them. You know, I'd say actually around the 5 or 6 year mark.
Absolutely.
Tops.
Well, 8 years is the average length, so you want to be well before that. So yeah. 5 or 6 is a good year.
If it's a laptop, 5 or 6 is about the average length, just because of the heat factor. But desktops tend to last longer because they generally seem to have better, way more cooling and vents and fans and stuff than any laptop does. But there you go. Silent Joe says a millennial disk will last 1,000 years.
Theoretically. That's the problem.
We won't know until 1,000 years have elapsed.
We have disks that were rated to last 50 years, and in less than 10 they're rotting. That's the problem, like I'm saying. You could buy a Blu-ray next year. Technically, you can rot, because we don't know what causes it. Probably won't, honestly. You probably have a good 10 years on a disc easy.
Yeah.
I have had some DVDs with disc rot, but they're usually really early DVDs. Most have been upgraded to a Blu-ray anyway, so.
Yeah. Cool. Aiden. Oh, sorry, Aiden. You've asked me a few times, and I keep forgetting to answer. Aiden was asking me if I'm going to continue my Castlevania walkthrough. Honestly, probably not for the foreseeable future, if ever, just because it's literally been a year since I played it, and I've forgotten all the moves. And not to mention all 21 of the previous parts have been removed from Twitch, along with all my other playthroughs that weren't archived as highlight videos. So
I didn't think it was that good of a game anyway.
Anybody coming in later wouldn't be able to catch up on all the past stuff unless I reposted it. So I'm just kind of taking it as a fresh start with Twitch right now. And for the most part, all the games are going to be archived on YouTube, but played live on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. So, yeah.
How do you do that, by the way? How do you have it saved?
Program.
There's an app that you can download for XSplit. It's just a YouTube plugin. And when you click broadcast, a little window pops up that asks you what you want the title of the video to be. Put your tags in, put the description in, and then boom, it's got everything it needs. And posts it, just fires it onto YouTube.
Did you have to find your YouTube API key?
Nope.
No.
Nope, just logged in.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's a way to find an API key and feed it into something like Twitch, or not Twitch, to XSplit, and you can broadcast it the old school way too. You don't need a plugin, but you couldn't do a simulcast. No. That's the only other thing. But yeah.
Yeah. So. See, the way XSplit works is each sort of channel you want. It used to have multicast streaming capability where you could just have one stream that would broadcast to multiple sources, but it doesn't have that feature anymore. I guess there were problems with it or something. But so now if you want to stream to multiple sources, just make sure you have the bandwidth for it. You need to have crazy upload speed to do it. But you need to do an individual stream for each site you want to broadcast to. So I've got one that goes to Twitch, one that goes to YouTube, and then one that goes to my hard drive, just as the local recording. So
nice.
I do 3 simultaneously. Actually, I really like being able to simulcast both on YouTube and Twitch. I mean, I remember you and me, you were talking about that a few months back, Skinslip, when I was talking about getting back on Twitch, and then you should find a way to do it on YouTube as well.
Which you can.
And apparently you can.
So you could chat here in Geeky TV, or you can chat over on Twitch. I mean, that's because if you're plugged in already, as soon as you go live with the Twitch game, it's going to show up here on the site.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. Yeah. At some point, it depends. If I'm doing like a 4x3 game where I have a lot of dead space on the screen, I might also put the Twitch chat into the feed so you can see what people are doing.
Talking with Justin about that last time, like, I wonder if he knows about the plugins to do that, and some of them actually have it on the fly. You can just put a shortcut.
Yeah.
On the keyboard to bring it up so you can look at the chat, so people can see the chat and you answer your question. And make
I'm usually just watching the chat anyway, like on one screen while I'm playing on the other. But I mean, I could also do it just as a simple screen area thing, because XSplit has that.
That's how I'm going to bring it up when you go to answer questions. The people in the video later on, like 10 years from now, can see that you had the chat open, and you know what I mean.
Well, that's what I mean, and that's what I was thinking. It'd be nice to be able to integrate that in there, just so people can see what the chat was at the time. I've seen other pages do that, and I like that you can see that all on the actual screen. So then, viewers can full screen it and still see the chat going. Yeah. And then if they want to ask a question, just quickly bump the screen down, type their question, and then full screen it again.
And so yeah, that's
something that I'll do. The trick is finding sort of screen space for everything. So I want to have the game full screen, so it means I'm going to be covering up stuff if I'm putting other things on the screen. Some games are already
cluttered with their AI or UI.
Well, yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm thinking like 4x3 games would be the easiest to do, because I can just kind of shift it over and then have the chat and me on one side and then the game on the other side, and then have lots of black space to play with.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll be doing some 4x3 games for Halloween, so maybe we'll test that out. I'll be doing the at least the first couple of Fatal Frame games for sure. So yeah, haven't decided actually what to play this coming week. Got to start something new. Maybe we'll do Fatal Frame 1. Get that going right away. Because I know that's one I'll be able to go through fairly quickly because I played it a couple of times. But it's been a while, so I'm sure there will be parts that still make me jump. Plus, I mean, it's just generally a very tense game anyway, so even if you've played it before, it's still very tense.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. All right, so we're going to knock off here, and we're going to head over to Twitch. It's just going to be a short session tonight, basically just going to play through the last little bit of Master Reboot again to see the alternate ending and to check out what all the rubber duckies were, as I found them all now. So, yeah, so we'll see you over on Twitch TV/ZarenIsaac, and those of you who aren't coming, well, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next week on Saturday Night InSaNiTy. I've still got more updates to go. Hope to get them posted this week. Trying to get them all done before the end of the month, which gives me 4 days. So we'll see how that goes. Try to cram them all into the last 4, and then got to get the Halloween decorations done. So I want to use that as my Halloween set. So that's also in 4 days. Fuck. All right. I wanted to get everything done in advance. Like, I was planning Halloween as far back as July. And now I have 4 days. Oh, well. At least I watched a few movies, so at least I'm, got a few reviews in mind to kick things off. Anyway, talk to you all next time. Any final words, guys?
Penis.
Awesome. Okay, then. Well, bye. Thanks for coming out. Till next time. Sayonara.
Titties and ass. Titties and ass. Titties and ass.
Nuts.
Right in the pussy.